it's a JT moment or drop. E.g., no.
Dude,
No.
no.
I'm not sure I really understand that question. Suffering from it or suffering and not realizing from it? Well, if you don't realize it, you're not suffering, right? So I'm going to say suffering from it. Like, if you're sick and you're not going to get better, you're suffering. If you don't know you're sick, you're not suffering. Here are some rules, written or not, that you would enjoy changing in an array of the most popular sports in America. Hey, bro, stop asking questions. I said I needed ATPs. I didn't say I needed all of them from you, Nick. Now you're done. Hey, Rome, since you have grown to love Wisco, will that be your final retirement spot? There's a good question. Not year-round. I could see spending 4 or 5 months a year, honestly, in Wisconsin. Not year-round. It's too cold. I would need dual residences. Something in Cali. I would leave Cali, believe it or not. Once business is done, once I retire, I would leave Cali. Jano has no interest in leaving Cali. But there are lots of reasons to leave Cali, namely affordability. Your money would go a lot further. But no, that house that we have in Eagle River, I could see keeping that and living there 4 or 5 months out of the year, for sure. Shout out to Abby's Bong. Check this out. This is Abby's Bong. Remember when Abby started the show by saying, I want to celebrate my 17 years of being off the sauce by smoking 3 pounds of electric lettuce and chasing it with a 5-pound bar, Snickers bar. There's her bong. She posted that on X. Dang, Abby. Could you rip through 3 pounds in that bong? She's trying. I don't even want to know when those other gels are in the background. I didn't say that. Abby's wild, yo. She's posting pictures of her bong and her lighter. What is that next to the... Is that the weed? That's not 3 pounds. Is that one of the pounds? There's not a pound of weed in that, is there? Hey, Abby, close the cap on whatever that is in the center mug. Okay, now we're getting close. Hybrid, what do we got? That's it. Farmer and the Felon. I can't tell how much it is. How much is in there? Closer. A little more. A little more. Enhance. 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 I want to be able to read the warning label on the lighter, too. Enhance. Enhance. Can't make it out. Abby, if you need her. War Lady Stoners.
War Lady Clones.
War Lady Bakers. Anyway, that's how Abby started the show. Quote, I want to celebrate my 17 years of sobriety off the sauce by smoking 3 pounds of electric lettuce. Shop summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get 2 cans of O'Reilly brake cleaner for only $8. Offer valid in-store only. The professional parts people can recommend the right brake parts and supplies for your next brake job at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Well, thanks to Shane Beamer, Romeo Dobbs, XR4TI. Another great week. Another great week. We're grinding it out. We're working hard. Credit to all of the XR4TI. My crew's getting it done. There they are. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Tommy. Hey, Ponytail. How about y'all in the XCR? Yeah, Mikey and Lorne. Damn, Mike, how much water do you drink every day? That's it. Now we're done. Have a great weekend. We're out.
O'Reilly. Got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Whether it's expanding your business, upgrading your equipment, or covering payroll, you can score big with swishfunding.com, the slam dunk solution for your business funding needs. If you have at least $25,000 in monthly revenue and been in business for at least 1 year, qualifying's easier than a layup. We fund up to $5 million in 24 hours. Go to meetswish.com, meetswish.com, meetswish.com.
Hey, Pirate fans, start your game days with us right here on Pirate Radio as the Bud Light pregame tailgate returns for another season. Shirley Rhodes and the Pirate Radio team will join me as we'll hear from the ECU coaches and players, Brian Bailey, Brian North, Patrick Mason, Holden Ahlers, Caden Norman, Greg Hudson, Jeff Nadeau, David Glenn, and so many more as we take you up to kickoff with 4 hours of pregame coverage for every ECU football game. Your game day isn't complete without the Bud Light pregame tailgate, debuting Saturday, August 31st at 2 o'clock, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville is under new management with over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Come on down and purchase the vehicle of your dreams today at Doug Henry of Greenville. Right on the corner, right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville. Go Pirates!
Want a burger with attitude? Bad Daddy's Burger Bar is the place to get it. Located just off of Greenville Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center and a short distance away from Downey Ficklin Stadium, Bad Daddy's has a lineup of chef-inspired burgers, giant chop salads, the famous badass margarita, and a fabulous selection of local craft beers. Get started with Not Your Mama's Deviled Eggs or fried pickles before diving into one of their juicy burgers like the bacon cheeseburger on steroids. Or spice things up with the Heat Wave Burger. People have called their burgers totally insane, but they'll take that as a compliment. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Go Pirates!
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates in ENC. Open 7 days a week with live music.
It's another great lineup this week at the Buck. On Wednesday night, enjoy an acoustic performance by Eric Dunlow and Jake Mitchell. On Thursday, enjoy line dancing and karaoke. On Friday, it should have been Cowboys. And on Saturday, it's the Jake Sutton Band.
As always, ladies and free all weekend. Finish off the week with cornhole starting at 3 p.m. on Sundays. Y'all come get bucked up.
Pitt County Schools is in the people business, and we are hiring. If you're looking to make a difference by helping us ensure the future of Eastern North Carolina, we invite you to be part of our dynamic team. If you're just starting out or exploring a career change, the doors of one of Pitt County's largest employers are open for those seeking competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities. We offer learning support and advanced leadership opportunities to better prepare our educators and skilled labor force. If you want to be part of an award-winning school system that focuses on educating students and growing our employees, we encourage you to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. To fill out an application, please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And help us engage, empower, and elevate through 38 schools and one community.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear,
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
Just curious Pirate fans who say that West Virginia and Virginia Tech and NC State have awful fans. How do you think our fans are looked at?
I was treated horribly as a visiting fan. At an ECU basketball game, this one guy called me up in the middle of the game, put it on social media, laughing at me. I'm like, what is going on?
What a jerk.
Oh, my God. How rude.
I can't believe Ken answered his phone. It really made the video great.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
How's everybody doing?
You already know, my guy.
I think it's pretty selfish of you to ask me that question, to be honest with you.
Hey, you ought to see me in the summertime. Drop that, baby. Let's see it.
Yeah, I missed the lunch meeting today.
I love Food Line's magazine section, and I love using the bathroom and clogging it up.
That's nuts. I smash anybody's grandma.
At the Burlington... I have no idea what the just happened.
Tell you what, I'm a turtle saver.
I don't like cocky Clip.
Where's Clip? Clip, what's up, dude?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And boy, yesterday was an all-timer for the chat gang when we talked about Chandler and I's fictitious restaurant. Let's have another big day in the chat with the crew. We appreciate y'all. You can hang out with us on Facebook. Give us a like. Make sure you are following Pirate Radio for all of our shows and up-to-date videos as well. Also, you can find us on YouTube, Pirate Radio TV. Give us a like there, a subscribe, and get ready for another fun one here on a Friday. We'll get it rolling with our guest later on in hour number one. Brian North, WCTI 12, will join us to get you ready for your sports weekend. Talk about what's going on now and previously in the world of sports. Coming up in the second hour of today's show, we'll talk some NFL. First NFL preseason game is in the books. Honestly, as I come on the air, I can't tell you who won. I know the game got suspended. And we'll go around the horn and see who watched the most football last night. We'll do that in a moment. But Tony Dunn will join us, C3 podcast. And also, The Shield, I believe, will be joining us today as well. CW Sloan, talk a little fantasy football on this Friday. Also, hour number 3, Morgan Ahlers, voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Minji's Coliseum, DJ Captain Morgan. He'll join us on the show. I want to do what we did last week. Everybody get one question ready for Morgan Ahlers. That was a great segment last week. We'll do that again coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. All right, let's go around the horn. Shirley Rhodes, handling audio production amongst her other duties here at Pirate Radio. Hello, Shirley.
Hello, sir.
Welcome back. Missed you yesterday.
Oh, trust me, I would have much rather been in the nice confines of an air-conditioned room than where I was yesterday. So glad to be back and nice and cool.
Enjoy that AC today. Also on video production, we've got intern Jarrett. What's up, Jarrett?
What's going on?
Wearing the throwback East Carolina. That's a good look for you, Jarrett.
New shirt. Pretty nice.
New shirt, new you. Kind of a back-to-football shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Type thing. You can get a back-to-football haircut?
I just got a haircut on Tuesday, actually.
Let me drop that, baby. Let's see it. Oh, what? Like, how, when you say, okay, all right, yep, I see. It doesn't really go past your...
Yeah, it's about mid-neck.
Yeah, mid-neck. Speaking of mid-neck, this guy's got a big neck. He really does, folks. We talk about his head a lot, but this guy has a neck on him. And he is on my left side. Wrong side. He is Chandler Honeycutt. Hello, Chon.
Hello, Clipper. How are you? Happy Friday.
Once again, you say, how are you, and immediately bypass it.
How are you?
I'm never answering that question ever again when you ask me.
How are you?
You don't give a damn how I am.
How many times do you ask somebody how they are and you really care? Be honest.
Now, this is what people do that know they're guilty. Now they're throwing it back on somebody else.
Well, it's because I know I don't care how you are. Obviously, I don't care. I say, how are you doing? I just keep on going.
What are you up to today?
Are you doing fine?
What have you been doing today? What else is going on?
Nothing much.
It's annoying. Like, you ask somebody a question and immediately go to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Well, I'm sorry. But how are you?
Shut up. That's how I am.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Nothing's wrong? Everything's fine?
I don't know. The big dog's in here. That makes me nervous.
And he's
all right, thumbs up. We're good.
All right, we're good.
Thank you, Big Dog, for your efforts. And got a new video view. Got a couple of new views. Oh, we had an echo. I think that's what he fixed. He said, Chan sounds like Megatron. Hey, he plays football like him, too. You should see this guy.
Dude, I am. They call me the Megatron of...
They call you the Megatron?
The Megatron. They call me the Megatron.
John, have you ever you ever worn a tux?
Yes.
Yes, Queen. Do they measure your neck?
Because the tux is different.
Than what? Wife beater?
Different to like a normal sports coat or like...
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever wore a tux.
Have you ever been like fitted?
Yes, they've done my neck.
What did they say? Were they like, wow?
No.
Were they impressed?
No. Is my neck really that big?
I don't know. I just turned over to my left side and looked and just saw...
Nothing but neck?
Nothing but neck.
Straight neck.
All right, let's see what chat gang's talking about.
Yeah.
Jamie says, hey now, the Shield is on today. Excitement time.
Excitement time.
Steve Hill says, Clampo. I like that. Tyler says Steve Wilkes to Charlotte.
I saw this.
What does this mean, Chon?
He is like a advisor, so it's one of those positions where I don't think he's doing a lot of coaching, but he is a part of the staff for Biff Poggi.
Oh,
God,
I don't like that.
Dude, I really like that guy. I really think that should be the Panthers head coach right now.
What's your policy on liking a guy, but then he goes to somewhere you don't like? Do you still like the guy?
Well, he went to San Francisco. I don't have a problem with San Francisco.
Right. So that is not anything what I'm talking about right now.
But he is going to Charlotte.
That is why I brought this up. I think you're catching on now.
See, the thing is that, like, I don't know.
Okay, how about this? Has a Panther... We could table this for Tony, but we're talking about it now. Has a Panther ever gone to the Falcons, Saints, or Bucks? I'm sure it has. Can you think of somebody?
A.J. Klein went to the Saints. But A.J. Klein was like a... Yeah. No. Steve Smith went to the Ravens, but I don't hate the Ravens.
I'm trying to think of a good example.
Cam went to the Patriots. I don't hate the Patriots. A lot of people do.
Really? I hated them because they won so much, but you didn't really.
I got tired of it. I didn't hate them.
You were too young
just like, man,
for Brady to beat for you to watch Brady beat you in the Super Bowl.
I was too crazy to think because he just played a couple years ago. But the first 3 Super Bowls he won, I was too young to really remember.
Yeah,
the first 3 Super Bowls, and so I only saw him win 4, which is still crazy to think. But no, I can't really think of one where they went to a team that I despise, and that would be teams within our division. Falcons, Saints, and Bucks. But
so, like, are you rooting for Steve Wilkes to have a good year?
No.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of my point.
No.
Pike is driving, listening on Android, and liked. Thank you, Pike.
I love that Pike lets us know how he's watching or listening.
Because he is a multifaceted viewer.
Like, he's either watching it on his TV, and he'll let us know.
Which last week he just discovered.
Yes. He's like, man, this is a real thing. He's watched it on his TV. He's watched it on his phone. He's done both at the same time because he's a dog. And now he's driving and watching us on his Android.
Steve says we need a sports card segment. I just got my graded mantles back. And let's just say I will have to keep working. They were not graded what I needed them to grade.
So do you like have to mail it to somebody?
Yeah.
Or you just okay.
It's That's the third time we've done it, and boy, we were really nervous the first time. Now we feel a little bit better about it. But it was funny. Mike Schwartz, ton of respect to him because he's a card guy, and he was saying, I can't mail those cards. I'm going to have to find out where the place is and drop it off by hand. Like, he's nervous, which I get. Things get screwed up in the mail. If somebody knows they're delivering a 86 Fleer Michael Jordan card in their hand, they might accidentally lose that thing. Whoops. Somehow it slipped into my drawer in my house. How'd it get there? So I get it.
Do you ever see the mail service going out of, like, our daily lives?
Like,
there's going to be
You're just saying everything's digital?
Yeah. There's going to be a day where people are going to be like, do you remember when we used to mail things?
Well, you still have to. Well, you have to ship, like, solid goods and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got UPS for that. We're talking postal service here.
But that's still. Are you saying FedEx, UPS, everything, or are you just saying mail?
Like U.S. Postal, like mail.
Okay.
I mean, they did an episode of Seinfeld about it, 30 years ago? So, I mean.
About mail?
About getting rid of the postal service.
I remember the one where Jerry was too good at it and Newman got fired because they realized it wasn't him delivering.
Yeah.
You a Seinfeld nut?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are going to be best buds.
Let me decide that, okay?
Sorry.
The other night, Jarrett and I tried to play each other on college football.
How'd that go?
Well, we
couldn't get it loaded.
Either I was scared.
Are you that old school where he's like, how do you work this thing?
Yes.
I was about to text Clip, be like, hey, how do you? I don't know what to do.
I didn't either. So we tried about 7 times. It didn't work and said, you know what? Let's punt and try later.
I'm surprised I don't see Jared on his phone over there like this.
I don't get on it too much for you to see.
Good for you. It's ruining the world.
Jamie says he just traded a Drew Brees autograph, Newton autograph, and Watt autograph for a Trout graded autograph.
Trout, by the way, out for the rest of the season.
I know. And I don't know if now's a good time to get in on the Trout game.
No. Injuries.
But what do I know?
For the former East Carolina commit.
Let's see. We got... Big Dog's talking.
Oh, he's barking.
He said wrist and neck don't lie is what Pusha T told me. John, you a jewelry guy? You've worn a chain before, right? Never. You've never worn a chain?
No. I used to wear a fighting necklace back in middle school.
What is that?
Like a baseball necklace that like every baseball player wore when I was young.
Why,
I thought it
did
was
you
cool.
call it a fighting necklace?
It's a fighting.
Fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it called that?
I don't know. Look it up.
No.
All right.
Ruffin. Jamie says Ruffin he will always love. That was ECU's fault. That's a great example.
Yeah.
Ruffin McNeil going to state. Do you wish Ruffin McNeil success?
No.
There you go.
I don't.
That a boy.
You listening, Ruffin? Are you listening? I wish nothing but bad things to you in your career, not your life.
Steve's an odd duck. He's listening to the show on the radio and chatting on YouTube.
Okay.
Very strange.
But thanks for listening.
That helps our listenership. If you could get all platforms going, listen on your radio, bring it up on your phone, YouTube on TV, if you could do that,
here's where
we'll be around.
Here's
forever.
where the challenge lies. If you go to a sports bar, any sports bar, not particularly one here in Greenville, go to the sports bar, ask to put Pirate Radio Live on their TV at the bar.
That's a great idea. Let's do that this football season.
Put the pregame tailgate on?
Yeah.
At, like, tiebreakers?
Were you about to say AJ McMurray?
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Oh, man.
Let's say AJ's was still open. We'll use them as an example if they were still open. AJ's, put them on a big screen TV. Put us on a big screen TV. And send a picture in, and we'll have you a prize.
Yeah, I'm in for that. I like that. Tyler says the picture looks crisp. The Big Dog sampler. Crisp pic.
It does look great, doesn't it?
And I like my Jason Butler, rest in peace.
Yes, sir.
Friend of mine. Turned me on to the refried wings at O'Cool's, also RIP.
They're dropping like flies.
No kidding, man. But the refried, get them extra crispy. Jared, you like some extra crispy wings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really going to miss the spicy Italian. Italian. It might have been you that got me on that. Somebody did, because I used to get just regular buffalo, and then somebody was like, you need to try the spicy Italian. And I...
Wait a minute. We're talking about wings, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about these spicy Italian wings. What's on them? Marinara?
No, it's garlic.
Yeah, I know it's garlic. So why the hell are you calling it a spicy Italian? What, do you throw a little capicola up there on the wings? Explain these wings to me, John.
Yeah, okay, so it's
you dummy.
Oh my God.
You moron.
I really called it spicy Italian.
Oh, these wings.
You know what? Because there's a sub.
Man, I'm a moron.
There's a sub restaurant that I go to, and I get the spicy Italian sub.
You ever had wings just like put oil and vinegar all over them?
These
just
wings
good
are
soggy.
These wings are wrapped in salami.
There's something strange here.
Mutz, capicola, and ham.
And look, we all make verbal blunders, but usually we correct it and not say it 3 times. You kept going and going.
Spicy garlic, excuse me. I'm going to miss those spicy garlic wings from AJ's. Rest in peace.
The spicy Italiano wings.
You know what?
What?
I think that should be a flavor for wings.
It is at our place. Clippendales, a.k.a. Chon Boy and Clippies.
By the way, if you guys have any more menu items, please. We'll have a whole book of a menu.
Send them in. By the way, I'm going to try a little something. The show must go on. Monday night, 8 o'clock, the Buccaneer Music Hall.
Oh, you're announcing it now?
I mean,
might as well. Hey, breaking news. We got
to get the word out. Sports trivia.
We need the breaking news.
Jarrett, sports trivia, Monday night, 8 o'clock at the Buck.
All right.
We missed this week, but the show must go on. Monday night, 8 o'clock, the Buck. Hopefully people can come out, have a good time.
And it's going to blow up, and in many, many years, I'm going to say I saw the deal go down. I was there.
You were there as the deal went down.
But that's going to be a lot of fun, especially if we can continue that at the Buck and have Monday Night Football.
Oh, man.
Have
be a great night.
Have Monday Night Football, and we'll get started around 8 o'clock, which is about the time that the games will kick off.
You know what would be cool, John? Incorporating Monday Night Football. Right when we kick off trivia at 8 o'clock, we'll throw out some first quarter over-unders, and your team gets points if you get them correct. Are you in or are you in?
I love the way that little brain up there works, man.
Uh-huh.
I'm in, dude.
Yeah.
I am so in.
What's the Monday night opener this year?
I have no idea. And guess what? We might have 2 games on.
It's just one. It's Jets-Niners.
Jets-Niners.
Is it the second week that there's a doubleheader?
That was last year.
There's a couple weeks, 2 or 3, they do doubleheaders.
So we'll have a couple of games coming up.
Christian McCaffrey, over under 23.5 rushing yards first quarter. We'll do stuff like that.
I'm going over.
How cool is that, though?
Yeah.
Do points, rebounds, assists. We'll do it all, man.
Do people chip in some money, or do they just do it for fun?
No, it's part of the trivia. It's part of points.
Okay.
You get points if you get it right. You don't if you get it wrong.
I love that idea. You're a pretty smart man, though.
I'm an idea guy.
You are an idea guy.
Let's see. Week 2, National Football League. We got one Monday night game. Falcons, Eagles. Week 3, we got 2 Monday night games. Jags, Bills. Commanders, Bengals.
Nice.
Gross. Oh, man.
2 former LSU quarterbacks going at it.
Very true.
Daniels and Burrow.
Chon, how much of the football games you watch?
There was only, 3/4 of it. About 65% of the first half.
Okay.
Because I was mingling. I was socializing at the Buck last night, which I will be there again tonight because Should Have Been Cowboys will be there starting at 10 o'clock. If you want to find out what they're all about, what they're going to be like August 29th, that Thursday at the Pirate Radio kickoff party at the State Theater, come out tonight and check them out. So I was socializing and mingling, so I didn't get to watch all of the first half, but I got to watch a good bit. I did watch the opening kickoff that looked very weird.
Yeah, no doubt. Jared, how much did you watch of the football game?
Watched the whole thing.
Whole thing, start to end.
Yeah, I mean, I was
all 3/4.
I was doing other stuff, so time passed pretty easy.
What's that other stuff he's doing? What else were you
drinking some beers?
Hey!
Cold beer action.
Papa top again.
Cold beer on a Thursday night.
Are you ready for some football?
Shirley, how much game did you watch?
Zero.
She was busy. She was tying the knot. Not with anybody, but but she was helping people tie the knot.
Yes.
Okay. So in order of watching, I'm going to go Jarrett, Chun, Clip, Shirley, because I watched maybe 3 drives. But I wanted to say I watched it. So right when I got home from the Buck, I turned it on.
You were busy. You were getting a deal done, man.
I'm a businessman. I make business plans. Let's see.
You walked into the Buck last night and everybody turned around and said, man, that guy must be very important. He looks very businesslike. Business-esque.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We will talk to Brian North. He joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line as we roll on a football Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Man, wish there were preseason games this week. Not that I would watch them, but just to preview and looking at a screen that's got logos on them.
Yeah.
And it says versus. God, that gets me excited, man.
By the way, Blake Hardigree out for ECU baseball. Eddie Losner in.
Wow, okay.
For director of operations for ECU baseball.
Shirley, he was
Farmville guy?
At Farmville, right?
I want to say yes. He was a longtime high school baseball coach.
And I believe a F3er.
Well.
And now the director
ECU alum.
And director of operations. So congrats to Eddie Losner.
Man, we've had some good ones. Hardigree, Pete Biscano.
Remember Pete? He ended up going to Arkansas.
Great dude. So, all right, Eddie Losner. Good news there. Let's take a break. Speaking of ECU baseball, we'll hear a little bit of what Cliff Godwin had to say on the Holt Naylor Show. Great interview. We'll play a clip of that and have more for you. Pirate Radio Live on a Friday. Back with you after this.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
This is your What's New update brought to you by the new Greenville Auto World. What's new? The new Greenville Auto World has new owners, a state-of-the-art service repair facility that can help you with tires, state inspection, AC repair, and more. Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle and offers great monthly oil change specials. What's new? You making a service appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World, Highway 43 across from the Speedway at Bells Fork. Pirates supporting pirates.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
This is Holt Naylor
Ahlers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. AnsonBelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Naylor Show.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
You've had your new computer a few years now, but lately it's been running super slow, acting strange, and you're worried about viruses and losing data.
This is driving me mad!
Let the experts at University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern professionally diagnose your Mac or PC to see what's really going on. They'll determine the root cause and not just symptoms, so you don't waste money fixing the wrong issues. Call 252-558-1280 for in-store or remote service, or make an appointment online at universitypccare.com.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey, Pirate fans, start your game days with us right here on Pirate Radio as the Bud Light pregame tailgate returns for another season. Shirley Rhodes and the Pirate Radio team will join me as we'll hear from the ECU coaches and players, Brian Bailey, Brian North, Patrick Mason, Holden Ahlers, Caden Norman, Greg Hudson, Jeff Nadeau, David Glenn, and so many more as we take you up to kickoff with 4 hours of pregame coverage for every ECU football game. Your game day isn't complete without the Bud Light pregame tailgate, debuting Saturday, August 31st at 2 o'clock, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is Parker Bird from ECU Baseball, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncparks.gov. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Welcome back to the show. Clip Rock, Chandler Honeycutt, Shirley, Jarrett, the big dog, joining us in the studio because I have a question for him. Question for Jarrett while Big Dog gets situated. Summerfest, aka SummerSlam,
tomorrow.
Wow. Okay. What time are we looking at?
I think it starts at 7.
Is this a one-day event or two?
I think it's 1.
All right.
All right, am I on?
Are we excited? Okay. Yeah. What's up, Big Dog?
All right.
Are you excited about SummerSlam at all?
So it's tomorrow night, not Sunday? Or is it Sunday? Is it Sunday or Saturday?
I think
they do Saturday now, right?
Yeah. I thought so.
For people that don't keep up with wrestling, what's the importance of SummerSlam?
Good. Well,
it's the party of the summer, dude.
What do you work for WWE?
Yes, sir.
What are the give me 2 or 3 matches you're excited about?
Cody in the main event, defending the belt against Solo Sikoa, which is neither here nor there. But the point is,
is that we get some bloodline interaction and possibly the big dog Roman Reigns coming back, which would be a big deal.
That would be huge. The pop is going to be amazing.
He's going to get this stone cold level pop to come out and beat down his family. It's true. But like you could get him and the Usos back together, but as good guys, it would be. I'm into that.
So I guess the pre-show, I'm on Peacock right now, starts at 4:00.
Yeah, main
so
card.
They're going to do a huge build-up.
Main card starts at 7.
All right, outside of the family and all that, any other matches you're looking forward to?
Gunther.
Yeah.
I mean, Gunther, Gunther stuff's always good.
Yeah.
There's no, is there a Wyatt thing?
No.
No, so their match is Monday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really? What's their match?
The 3 non-Bo people versus Chad Gable and
okay. Finally in the
2
ring.
twins.
I know what I'm excited for. I can never remember her name.
Rhea.
Rhea
and
Ripley.
Liv in the Dominic custody storyline.
Rhea Ripley, not my type, but man,
my brother
about
in Christ.
Hey, something about
if she's not your type, she's mine.
Glenn likes to
love that one.
Beat around a little bit. A little bit, for sure. Glenn, why I brought you in here is because I just saw a headline. It says, report, Ben Affleck eyeing playing Hulk Hogan in Killing Gawker movie.
Horrible.
So have you seen this?
No, it's just
this is the first time
just
you're
off
hearing
the
it?
top of my head.
That is not who I think
Those
of.
two because of the person playing them.
Yes.
Who should play Hulk Hogan?
That was going to be my next question.
One of the Hemsworths.
Yeah,
would
they
be
had
fine.
They had Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
What it booked?
Netflix had him
Dude,
for
you
something.
are such a wrestling guy.
Yeah, Netflix had him for something for Hogan, and then they dropped it. I guess because they didn't want to do that story. I don't know what the stitch was there. But they did have the right guy, and it sounds like they have the wrong guy. I just can't. So, like, to do Hogan, you got to do the voice. And I just can't, like, Boston Ben Affleck, he can't do the voice. And he's not blonde.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of problems.
Is Nick Nolte dead?
He can't do it.
I don't know.
The people I thought about are way too old. Nick Nolte and Gary Busey.
Oh, my goodness.
Just Gary because Busey. Of the voice.
Nolte is Hogan, and Busey is the Macho Man. Buddy cop movie.
Yeah, but Ben Affleck,
that's a bad casting.
I don't like that.
That's not good stuff, man.
Yeah, they say Tom Hanks can play anyone. Could he play Hulk Hogan?
Yes.
A different take on the Hulkster.
I mean, it's tough to cast wrestlers,
Jeff,
because they are of a certain size
and the build.
Yeah.
The stature is very difficult. As we saw that horrible Young Rock series that was on NBC, I think it was. Nobody looked right. They had like a 5'10" guy playing the Undertaker. They had Brad Garrett from Everybody Hates Raymond or Loves Raymond.
They loved him, not hated
him. Everybody hates Chris.
That's true.
Yes.
Everybody loves Raymond. They had him playing Andre the Giant.
What?
Yes.
Then again, there aren't too many giants around, so
right.
I get that it's tough.
It is tough, but you could have just got like one of the actual guys. Like to me, you cast it with wrestlers and you alleviate the issue.
Yeah. Maybe use some NXT or developmental guys or something. Somebody that looks big enough to do it.
I mean, you watched Iron Claw now that it's out on streaming, have you not?
I started it and got distracted, hadn't watched it.
It happens. They had a similar issue of finding guys that could play the parts. Their Harley Race was okay. I thought he was probably their best one. But their Flair stunk to high heavens.
Thank God you said that.
And it should have been like, it would have been just real easy to just like let Ziggler do it or something. You know, some guy that can like, has the look and can work in the ring enough and can do the bit. I mean, I feel like most wrestlers have a Flair impression.
Yeah.
A Macho impression.
Yeah.
You know, they have the classic guys. They've got that in their bag.
Chad asking if you guys think Roman will return. If I put the odds at like even, minus 115 on both sides, what would you bet?
Put the rent on it.
Yeah.
That he is coming back?
Yeah. I think you're getting the big pop.
I'm excited about that. Eric says Affleck, Damon, and J-Lo, the mega powers.
Damon can be Robin.
Eric says
I'm doing Batman Robin casting again, but he could be Matt Damon is X-Pac.
Eric said, "Let me tell you something, brother." That's the Boston accent. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
All right. Thank you, Big Dog.
Yeah, man.
Mike P. Says Brian Kelly would not like someone beating down their family. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio Live line, talk some sports. We'll move along from the sports entertainment, and Brian North joins us here on PRL on a Friday. North, how you doing today, man?
Doing well, Clipper. How are you?
I am great because there was a football game on last night that I watched about 2 minutes of, but great to have football back on TV. Great to be out at ECU football practice coming up tomorrow to talk to Mike Houston. High school's underway as well. So in that football mood, North, as we hit August here.
Yeah, it's kind of, we flipped the calendar to August now, and it's on. And when you go out and see it in person, you go to ECU practice, you go to the high school practices, and then, the media days are great. That's the talking. But when you actually start seeing it, feeling it, hearing it, that definitely makes the difference and kind of get you ready. Now we just have that lull of practices are going to get old here pretty quick. We're going to start chomping at the bit for games. But plenty to talk about until then. A lot of battles going on for positions and roster spots and all these things. So plenty to talk about. But the games will come right on time here in 3 to 4 weeks.
It's kind of funny. It's right around the corner. We're gearing up for what we have to do here at Pirate Radio for football season. You're doing the same with the Blitz and the college and the NFL season. And we talk about, hey, man, it's getting close. And then you talk to the players. Current Pirate Alex Harper, former Pirates Holden Ahlers, and Bryce Williams told us this week that, man, August can really drag when you get into these dog days of fall camp and you get that itinerary, they say, and it's a million pages. And oh my gosh, is it ever going to get here? So it's perspective, Brian. If you're in it, it probably feels like it's a long ways away. For us, we're kind of getting ready for everything we got going on.
Right, and you have to understand they're restricted, right? All they're doing is football. It's all-day football. They don't get to go to classes at this point. They're not hanging out with their friends to get a break. It's just hanging out with the same people all day long. So I can see where it would get monotonous and old because there's no balance at all. So even when you get into games, you get balance. You get to go to class. You get to do things, but not right now. Now it's all football all the time. So I can see from that perspective it can get pretty old pretty quickly.
And some of that is why we see these training camp fights across the NFL. And I've seen them in college as well at ECU. I've never seen one up close, but kind of waiting on the end of practice. I've heard some skirmishes and whistles and a lot of yelling and things like that. Which brings me to my question, Brian. Have you ever witnessed a team-on-team fight, two teammates going at it up close and personal?
I've seen teammates go in person. You're talking like college football practices?
Yeah, like at a practice or anything.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen them all the time. I mean, it goes back to the old adage, even when you're friends, and look, the fights aren't always between best friends, but sometimes the competitive nature gets going, and sometimes you just slap the crap out of somebody because it's like having a brother, you can only take so much, and then all of a sudden you're going to hold your ground, and then you'll be fine afterwards. Usually, these things don't usually hold over, so sometimes it's just getting out the frustration, and then you move on. Football, look, we all know it's a violent sport. It's an aggressive sport, and you push yourself to limits. That is mentally as well. How much can you take? How much discipline can you have? Finally, how do you stand up for yourself? If you feel like you're being wronged, when do you stand up for yourself? So, no, I've witnessed a lot of those through the years. And again, usually they're not all-out fracases. Usually it's pop off, let the steam out of the tea kettle, and then you're good.
On that note, Brian, how many times in your career have you been asked or told, but I guess asked would be nicer, not to show this, not to talk about this? I'm sure it's happened multiple times, but how often has that happened to you?
More than you like, because it is a public forum, and especially before cell phone cameras were out and everybody in the stadium is filming it. But I can remember Ruffin McNeil asking us in his first year, there was something going on at the end of the game, and he was telling us all to turn the cameras off and not film it. And we're like, nah, this is kind of our job, and we like you and everything, but there are times you don't always get your way, and when people are not acting accordingly to how they're supposed to, sometimes it has to be shown. It doesn't always have to be, but, no, there's times it becomes a judgment of, is this newsworthy? Is this going to be beneficial, or am I just showing it because it's salacious? So you have to kind of balance it out. But no, we've been asked plenty of times. No one wants to look bad or negatively in a light. Asked a lot. Do it some, don't do it. It becomes a judgment call of trying to do your job and doing it the right way. And it's a fine line that you walk.
We're kind of going down the history of Brian North as a sportscaster today. So let me ask a question that someone asked Bailey when he was in here on Monday. Brian, can you think of the biggest story you ever broke in the sports world?
Yeah, probably I was the first one to interview Mario Lemieux when did he buy the Penguins? It was the Jordan Classic, Jordan Golf Tournament.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan Golf Tournament in Greenville, and all the celebrities were there, and they were on the range. And it was Mario Lemieux, I believe, purchasing the Penguins. That hadn't been confirmed yet, and I just asked him. He's like, "Yeah, man, it's a done deal." And so I guess I had it, and I don't know if I ever got major credit, but I know people heard about it and started going with it. So I guess on a national scale, that was probably the biggest one. I mean, we get all sorts of local stories of finding out stuff before anybody else, but I think from a national perspective, that one was a big one.
Yeah, that's crazy. And if that was social media times and you had that little snippet and just threw it up on Twitter, you would have got, it would have been crazy. So that's pretty cool. Bailey's answer was talking about Brian Taylor. Were you around here, or was that before you got here?
That was before my time. Now, I am well versed in Brian Taylor. I've met him, but the whole him getting drafted first overall by the Yankees, the fight at the quote unquote late night establishment in Carteret County, all that was before I got here. I got here when he was still trying to make his comeback. He was signed by the Cleveland Indians and played with Kinston. Well, he was with Kinston. I don't think he ever played coming back from.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he was ever in that organization.
Yeah, he was there, and I got a shot of him charting pitches in the box behind home plate. But I don't believe he ever played with the organization. Then he retired shortly after. So, but yeah, I was not here for the big major parts of the Brian Taylor saga.
Yeah. Brian North joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. North, East Carolina, quarterback battle. We talked about it with you last week, and you said, hey, is this deja vu all over again? I like to hope there's more talent at that position for East Carolina this year as opposed to last year. But right now, a starter has not been named. And I always go back to this one, two quarterback systems that worked, and Pirate fans might not like it, but I think about Ronald Curry and Darian Durant when North Carolina had a plan for them. And I think what made it work is they were two different quarterbacks that were good at two different things. But just about everybody you ask is very opposed to a two quarterback system and use the old cliche, if you got two, you don't have one and all that. What's your take on that? ECU is not going to go with a two quarterback system because it sounds like these guys are pretty similar in what they do. But just your thoughts on a two QB system.
Yeah, it hardly ever works unless you have two guys with contrasting styles, and that's where you're right. Ronald Curry took most of the snaps, but Darian Durant would come in on third down situations, passing situations, because he was a little bit better there, and that was the start of his development. Ronald Curry hated it. And I always say, what is the definition of works, right? If you're not winning all your games, does it work?
True, yeah.
So what is the actual definition? Does it give you the best possible outcome that you would have otherwise had? And that's the hard part to say, too, because who's to say Ronald Curry wouldn't have all of a sudden had the light bulb go on and become a great third down passer? Instead, he ends up going into the NFL as a wide receiver, great athletic talent. But James Summers, when he was...
I was going to bring that up, Brian, because at times it worked, but then again, I didn't say it because they went 5-7 that year. And And Bryce Williams will tell you that if he could do it all over and make the rules, he would have had Kemp as the quarterback, and then you utilize Summers the best way you can, because they put James Summers everywhere on the field in his 3 years here or whatever.
Yep. And so, and you ask yourself, was 5-7 as good as they could have done, or would they have been?
Right.
They gone another way. And when I talked to Mike Houston about this last year when it was first coming up, and I said, how do you know when to make a change? Because otherwise you're just gambling, and you can't predict when a guy is going to maybe be a horrible passer but have a great series and all of a sudden get it, or vice versa. And he's like, that's the thing. You don't, and you're just kind of going with what you're feeling, what you know, and that's when you get into trouble. Instead of going with good, solid, factual information on what you have, you're playing that guessing game, and that's where it can get dangerous. So if you have a Taysom, what's his name?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah. So a guy who brings a specific skill set in certain downs and distances, if you always go to that, I'm okay with those situations. But I always say, go with the guy, stick with him, which they tried to do last year with Garcia, and that just didn't work.
Well, I mean, Alex Flynn was in like the third series of the season, of the Michigan game.
Right. And so, and you keep hoping that light bulb goes on. You see it in practice, and that's the hard part.
Yeah.
You kept seeing Mason Garcia in practice play well, but then he would just get vapor lock in the games, and then the other guy would come in and look much looser, and then you're like, well, that's the guy you need to go with. But it's just that's why you get paid the big bucks. But that's why coaches also say you got to go with somebody and stick with it and ride through the tough times and hope it's not so bad.
Well,
everybody's clamoring for the backup to get in.
Just going back to last year again, Brian, I've debated this in my head a million times, and I've asked, and I still don't know the truth, but I tend to think, again, they either really believed that Garcia would, when the lights came on, would be a dynamic player, or either they just kind of faked themselves into believing it. You know what I mean? Like, did these coaches know that they were dead in the water last August, or did they, really think they had something there? I don't know if we'll ever get the 100% answer on that.
I'm telling you, in practice, there was the times we were allowed to sit there and watch snaps. Mason Garcia did look good, right? And I think it was just times he would tantalize you, and you'd say, yeah, he's going to get it. And it's coming off a guy replacing Holton Ahlers who went through the same process and did get it. And so you think that's there, but then you see what happened in the games, and there comes a tipping point. Like you can't wait any longer, right? You start to panic a little bit because you can't be that bad. You can't wait 4 games into a season to have him finally start to get it, right? You need better production by game 2 or 3, and they weren't seeing that. And I think they panicked a little bit, and I've already forgotten the other guy's name. He comes in and at least produces some enough where you're like, well, that gives us a better option. But then Garcia looks good in practice, and they're around these players more than anybody. They see them more than anybody, and maybe they overanalyze it because they see them more. So I think that's kind of the case was last year. They just saw Garcia's talent. He would clamp up on when the lights came on.
Brian North joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. You've kind of already dropped a nugget today with the Mario Lemieux talk, but you got any North nuggets for us on this Friday?
Let's see what we got here. How about Sean Armstrong, who is getting hopefully ready to make his debut with the St. Louis Cardinals today, getting ready to wear jersey number 30. Did you know 2 other Hall of Fame players wore number 30 for the St. Louis Cardinals?
No, but I'll throw out some names. First of all, just because it's my last name, I'm going to go Lou Brock.
No.
Okay.
Lou is, 10, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Another Cardinals Hall of Famer.
Now, I'm going to give you a slight hint on this.
Okay.
They didn't make the Hall of Fame because of their time with the Cardinals.
Okay. What can you give me a year? Like, when did they retire? Could you tell me that? Or
and I don't. One helped the Cardinals win the World Series in the 60s. I think 67. He was a great Giant star who finished his career with the Cardinals. The other was a pitcher who I did not even know he played for the Cardinals. He made his bones with the Braves.
You know what? Just to hurry up this segment along, I'll say Stan Musial, but I know that's not right. Who is it, Brian?
Orlando Cepeda,
Okay.
who in the Hall of Fame, but mostly with the Giants, but did help them win the World Series. John Smoltz.
Ooh, no idea. What were those years?
Cardinals, when I read that, I was like, he did? So, there you go.
Okay, good stuff, North. Had a little Armstrong nugget that I saw on social media yesterday that he has played in 27 ballparks.
Yes.
And if he pitches in this series against the Cubs, that'll be 28. When he throws at his home Busch Stadium, that'll be 29. And then the last one on the list would be Chavez Ravine, Dodgers Stadium. So
that is correct.
Some big name ballparks that Sean Armstrong has yet to pitch in. But how about that at the deadline? I will say it was a little bit overshadowed by the Norby trade and other stuff going on. But hopefully him and Burley can be playing some postseason baseball. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I like the moves they've made, and so I'd like to see that. And Sean he's been with the Rays on a couple of their playoff teams, but he's only got the pitch in a couple of those games. But I think that would be good. It's a young, exciting Cardinals team, and if Sean can kind of get back to form a little bit, he hit a lull there this last month. It seemed that he said he's added a fourth pitch now to his repertoire, basically a long curveball that he thinks is going to add something to it and kind of get him back to form. So I'd like to see him play well and get into the postseason. He's 10 years now, and you don't know at this point how many more years he has. So I'd like to see him get a shot with the Cardinals this year. And of course, Alec looks like he's off to a great start for his career and might last several years now. The way he's hitting, moved up to the third spot the other day. So this could be a good bookending careers for former ECU guys, one getting started and one maybe finishing up.
North, enjoyed talking sports with you today. John Smoltz ending his MLB career in 2009 with the St. Louis Cardinals. That is a North nugget for me today. I did not remember that at all, so thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
North, have a good weekend, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, Clipper.
Brian North joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up hour number 1, big hour 2 on tap. We'll talk NFL with Tony Dunn, the bad boy of Panthers podcasting, and The Shield. Boy, what a face-off. Right now, it's NFL versus C3 podcast, and maybe that's why CW Sloan's here, representing the NFL after the recent controversy caused by Tony's podcast.
You're not a hitman, are you?
We'll explain all that in hour 2. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 1 after this. The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. Doug Henry of Greenville is under new management with over 300 vehicles to choose from and brand new inventory arriving daily. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Come on down and purchase the vehicle of your dreams today at Doug Henry of Greenville. Right on the corner, right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville. Go Pirates!
There's a special deal at U.S. Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, barbershop quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Worth Chiropractic and his team are offering a new patient special only at the new location. Come see them at this fantastic facility. A visit to our new location gets you a free consult, complete exam, digital x-rays, and more for only $29. Our amazing new patient $29 deal is only available at the new location, Worth Chiropractic West, 2100 West Arlington Boulevard, offering the same safe, no surgery, drug-free treatment, convenient, comfortable, and cost-effective.
Want a great lunch with quick service?
Huckleburger.
Need a place to dine out with the family tonight?
Huckleburger.
The fastest full-service restaurant in town.
Huckleburger.
Huckleburger is committed to 3 core values: highest level of customer service, high-quality delicious food, and lightning speed. The Huckleburger menu features delicious burgers, cheesesteaks, chicken sandwiches, black bean burgers, salads, and much more. Huckleburger in Greenville near Lowe's on Memorial Drive and off of 15th Street near the movie theater in Washington.
Huckleburger.
Delicious, fast, fresh, and friendly. Looking for physical therapy near you? Have you had orthopedic surgery, a work or sports injury, or a medical condition that has limited your day-to-day activities? At ENC Physical Therapy, we strive to provide one-on-one care with a personalized treatment plan with little to no wait times for initial evaluation. ENC Physical Therapy is located in Washington, a convenient 20-minute drive from Greenville. As a patient, you have options and the right to choose where to go. So give ENC Physical Therapy a call today at 252-495-0018. ENC Physical Therapy.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hi, I'm Derek J. Fields with NAMI, or National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI offers advocates, community, and education for individuals and families affected by mental illness. For any adult with a loved one who has experienced symptoms of mental health condition, gain insight for others facing similar experiences. The Connection Group meets the first and third Tuesdays of each month at Covenant Church in Winterville from 6:30 to 8 p.m. in room 209. For more information, visit the NAMI Pitt County Facebook page or NAMI.org.
Pirate Radio.
See that door right there? One marked pirate. You think a pirate lives in there?
The voice of the pirate nation.
I see a door marked private. Is that the door you're talking about?
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Pirate Water. Get ready to party, pirates. Go to drinkpiratewater.com to find your new treasure. 21 and older only. Pirate Water. Why be yourself when you can be a pirate? Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is a family-run dealership that creates a family-like atmosphere for their customers. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has one of the biggest used car inventories in eastern North Carolina. You can shop online today at eastcarolinachrysler.dodge.com. East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive. And your bumper music brought to you by Weldon Mills Theater is Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there's not a bad seat in the house. And coming up on September 14th, country music star Sarah Evans will be performing. And if you want tickets, just go to weldonmillstheater.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. I'm trying to figure out what Tyler's talking about on YouTube. Let's go Fisher. And then he said, can Fisher make the podium in the 10,000 meter? That's a lot of meters. Where is that, Tyler? Where can I watch that? I want to watch with you. You seem excited about it. If you're excited about it, I'll try to get excited about it. All right, we got to do a quick seg here. Let's do a thumb through. The Shield, CW Sloan, Tony Dunn going to join us hour 4. We'll get the Shield involved in the thumb through.
All right.
I'm going to guess he doesn't know a lot about UTSA. CW, you got to get that mic close to you.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what former NBA arena, well, should be easy, UTSA plays in, and what that would be called?
The former...
So UTSA is where?
San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah.
What former NBA arena do they play football games in?
Wherever the Spurs used to play.
Which was called the Alamo Dome.
Alamo Dome.
They played in the Alamo Dome, which Chon visited last year.
I was there last year. It was an awesome place to watch football.
I don't have any UTSA guys to shout out other than Frank Harris, their quarterback.
They did have a defensive tackle that got drafted by the New Orleans Saints. His name is Davenport, and that's about the only one. They did have Frank Harris, who played 8 years of college football. So
I like their colors. I like their logo.
I like their coach.
I like their name, Roadrunners. I like Jeff Traylor.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that they beat the Pirates. Phil Steele likes UTSA this year because Jeff Traylor is still there. In fact, he has them first in the AAC, but said Memphis is the most talented team in the American. So UTSA will come here to Greenville. That'll be ECU's conference opener. And, man, if the Pirates are – they can be 3-1 at that point.
What if they're 4-0?
Then that's a huge game with people very excited about it. So,
if they're 4-0, they beat UTSA. They're 1-0 in the conference, 5-0. How are we feeling for the rest of the season and a potential playoff push?
If we're 5-0, we're feeling good, Challen. We're feeling good. Let's do one more. We already did them. We did them. We did Oregon. Did we do Mississippi State? No. First name that comes to mind.
Montez Sweat.
That's sad. We just let him go to the Bears.
Yeah.
Dak. And Cowbells.
Yes.
Yep. Dak was going to be my guess.
Mike Leach, RIP.
Yes.
They are probably a pretty decent football team, but towards the bottom of the SEC. In just about everything.
Yeah, I don't know where they excel. You hear more of them in football, but even then, like you said, they're toward the bottom.
Made a run in baseball a couple years ago. Won a College World Series, but still not in the upper echelon. Right. So them, South Carolina, it seems like they are fighting every year for relevancy in the toughest league in football.
They lost one of the best quarterbacks in college football last year, Will Rogers.
I don't know if I would say he's one of the best in college football, but fair enough.
Top 15.
Maybe. I know his name. Where'd he go, Sean?
Washington State. I don't know.
Okay. Why would he go there? I think it's more Washington than Washington State. Where's he at, Sean?
Washington lost.
It's my internet's out.
Washington lost their
Penix.
2 elite receivers and their offensive coordinator.
And now my internet's out. Internet's out. Good. We need to take a break anyway. The Shield joins us. Tony Dunn joins us. We'll talk Panthers. We'll get a Tony Dunn Panthers camp recap. We'll talk a little fantasy and more when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Football Friday. Back with you after this.
Party like a pirate Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party featuring special guest, former ECU Pirate and American Idol musician Blake Prohl.
In case you didn't know, baby, I'm crazy about you.
The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back at the State Theater in downtown Greenville, Thursday, August 29th, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
This is Dr. Andrew Bridgeforth from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Are you tired of the same old fast food routine? Shake things up for lunch and dinner at Clean Eats Cafe. We've cracked the code to make healthy dining tasty and affordable. Whether it's a power lunch or a family dinner, we've got you covered. Sit down in our cafe for a brainstorming session or catch up with friends. Even stop in after a workout for protein smoothies or a protein iced coffee. Our atmosphere is welcoming and our food is fresh. All for about the same price as fast food. It's time to ditch the drive-thru and feast on flavor at Clean Eats Cafe, Red Banks Road in Arlington Village.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
The Holton Ahlers Show.
John David Baker, OC of the Pirates. When you look at this team, and you've talked about the speed, was a draw to coming here the defense?
Absolutely. It 100% was, just because I have such a confidence in what we do and a belief in our system that I know we can go score. And pair it with that defense, that 1,000% had, a factor in having a chance to come here.
The Holton Ahlers Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Doug Henry of Greenville is under new management with over 300 vehicles to choose from and a brand new inventory that arrives daily. Doug Henry is easy to find. It's on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive. Always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Right on the corner and always right on the price at Doug Henry of Greenville. And as we head back into the show, Clip, you talked about Fisher. And
who's Fisher?
Okay, his name is Grant Fisher.
Yeah.
And he was competing in the men's 10,000 meter. He took the bronze medal just about 10 or 15 minutes ago. He becomes the second American in 56 years to win a medal in that event.
Wow.
So that's why I think there was a little bit of excitement there. So.
Oh, by the way, Shirley, you weren't here yesterday, but Johnny Stats, of course, came through for us.
Oh, we found out the margin of victory?
USA in their 55, 54,
56.
Whatever it is.
56
which the number went down yesterday.
Right,
because their average margin of victory was, I think, 29 points per game.
Okay, yeah, and they only won by 13 yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Olympic Games continuing on in Paris.
Men's volleyball, USA leads Japan 2-0 in 2 games to nothing right now.
All right. Let's welcome in to the show Tony Dunn, C3 Podcast, back from Panthers training camp. Hello, Tony.
What's up, guys?
Welcome in.
Yeah.
Tony. You got that Scott Hall Razor Ramon hair going today. I like it.
Are you having Panthers training camp withdrawals? Because you were having such a great time, and I can tell.
It was fun. We had a perfect experience. So, yeah, I mean, it is. I'm just ready for football. In fact, I didn't even know. I forgot that the game was on last night, and I saw it on, Twitter, and it was 30 minutes after. I was like, oh, I'm not going to watch this. Now it's 30 minutes in. So I just watched the highlights today, and the game got canceled.
So you got a little bit of football action last night. Let's welcome in the Shield, C.W. Sloan, area educator, fantasy football nut,
and future
commissioner of the NFL.
Competitor. Who's competitor?
Future destroyer of 12-year-olds at cornhole.
CW, welcome in.
Thank you. And I have withdrawals too because watching the Hall of Fame last night, I'm usually there.
Yeah, that's right.
I did not like being in Greenville.
That was a tradition with your late father, right?
Yeah, and he was a minister, and he would always do the prayers for all of the luncheons and the dinners, and so I got to go to double digits, in terms of the number of dinners and the number of people I got to meet, and
you'd famously meet people in the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, we all have to go.
If you're
just waiting for someone to come in.
Tony, good message for the kids, I think. Whether you're a Hall of Famer or just an average schmo, we all go to the bathroom.
That's right.
Or average schmo, we all got to go.
There you go.
Julius Peppers is in, and you didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a Carolina Panther and Tar Heels, so it kind of goes against me, but that's okay.
When are these speeches?
They've changed things. Last year was the first year that they moved it to, that game used to be on Saturday, actually, years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday first, then Sunday, and then it was the last event. Now it's the first. So the last events now are going to be on Saturday, which is when they'll speak. Yeah. So you'll hear all that Saturday afternoon.
Pretty cool, Tony, that the first true Panther will be going in.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, and your favorite guy.
And I think it'll be another one next year. I mean, it should be.
Steve Smith.
Absolutely. And I should be there for that one. So.
Nice.
Let's go around the horn. Who's the next Buck to be introduced into the Hall of Fame?
I mean, it's really nobody that's not playing. It's going to be Mike Evans. There's really nobody who's Rondé already had gotten in, and that was the last one of that team, that defense. Simeon Rice does not deserve to get in. No, but he's
not a Hall of Famer.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
Oh. Derek Brooks is in.
In fact, one of my best friends just met him in Lexington yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Completely crazy story.
John Lynch got in.
He's in. It's really Mike Evans, yeah.
Next Panther, Steve Smith. Next Washington player. If you'll allow me, Trent Williams, who played there forever.
He's probably going to make it,
Yeah.
He'll go in as a 49er, though.
I know. That stinks. Raiders. Next Raider to get in. Some old legacy act from the 70s.
Devontae Adams.
Got, after Seawood, I guess there's really nobody.
And he'll probably go in as a Packer anyway.
Yeah.
Devontae?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then Trent Williams is a Commander.
Yeah.
Commander skin.
I think then after Steve Smith, it's Luke.
Yeah. His first year of eligibility is next year.
Yeah.
So you could actually see a double one for Carolina.
Because Luke should
That's
be
a lot
first.
of Panther fans coming next year.
He's on that Terrell Davis plane where didn't play a lot, but played awesome.
But did a lot in his 8 years.
I mean, every year.
8 years? That's enough.
8 years, always a Pro Bowler or All-Pro.
And then 5-time first-team All-Pro, rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Then the very next year, he won Defensive Player of the Year.
The thing about Luke Kuechly, it's like kind of different than Cam in a way, right? So I think we've talked about Cam being a Hall of Famer, and is it a bubble or, and there's some things that really suggest he should be in. But Luke was absolutely the top two at 1A, 1B at all times during his career at his position. It was Bobby Wagner, right? And Luke Kuechly. Those guys, there wasn't anybody better in the business at their position.
Yeah, and that's why I look at Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans has the thing where he's had 1,000 yards every year, right?
That gets you in right away, I think.
Like, he's never been the best receiver.
No.
But
never.
He's done enough.
But he's consistent.
Yeah.
He's been a top 5 almost every year, top 10 on pretty much every year he's been in the league, except one year he got hurt. And you think about where he ranks in the touchdown category. Any of you have an idea about where he ranks between
what overall
passing or reception touchdowns? Yeah, where he is in
NFL history,
top 20.
He's top 10.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Man,
wow.
I mean, 95.
I mean, he's done it. He's like Vincent Jackson, who just went nuts for 10 more years.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
All right, Shirley, do you have that clip Okay, let's play a clip.
We only need about 2 minutes of it.
I might play less than that, but yeah, just I want to. Why you'll find out why we're playing a clip from the Pat McAfee show in a moment. But here's part of Pat McAfee show.
This is happening in Carolina, I guess.
What?
Down in Carolina, the Panthers, completely different story. There's a dude just flying a drone camera right over the practices. Just flying right over the practices. This is a very easy thing to do, I guess, nowadays. So, I assume teams are acting accordingly because you would think, nobody will have enough. And this is just Code Dizzle. Code Dizzle's doing his thing for content. Right. And we appreciate the hell out of what he's doing. Good ball. And Code Dizzle has got good grind. He's been working his ass off. Good drone flyer.
Yeah, steady with that.
Good drone flyer. Getting a good shot. We're seeing Bryce Young do his thing. And Xavier Leggett, from South Carolina or whatever. But it's like Bill Polian used to be scared to death that somebody snuck into training camp practice and put a hat on and was recording everything. Now there's just drones flying over practices, and they're just actually, it's a crazy time right now. How do you?
I think that's enough. Tony.
Yeah, that's it.
Who is Code Dizzle?
Code Dizzle is a co-host of that's CK from the C3 Panthers podcast. Look, I wore this hair like this today for a reason, because we're bad boys.
You're the bad guy. You're the Razor Ramon, the NWO of Panthers media.
You got it.
So, Tony, wow, I did not hear about this until you came in. I am worried about Code Dizzle's safety.
I'm going to have to have him write a letter to me that says if anything happens to me, it was not of my own.
And I'm a little nervous that CW's here today wearing that particular shirt.
Is he the guy that's going to be, is he the informant?
How do you feel about this, CW? Drones flying over NFL practices.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like it? Why? It's a public open. It's an open practice, right? There is. So look, here is tell me.
It's an infringement of the shield. I just don't like it.
Oh gosh.
I need permission.
What are the? Well, they don't give permission for anything, by the way. They stripped even the media of half of their permissions that they've always had for years now. This year, so.
That's pretty hilarious though. So Tony, how did this all play out after the fact? Was it confiscated? Was he reprimanded?
Let me give you a little more context about this. I didn't even tell you before. So the night before, Friday night, we were hanging out at the hotel, and it's right across the street from the stadium. And they were doing stuff at the stadium, and we don't have a night game this year, so the stadium was lit up. So CK puts this. I mean, this is like a $3,000 drone, dude. That gets he said it can do up to 8K. I was like, my eyeballs don't even work in 8K, bro. But he did all these great shots, and he contacted the Panthers, and he said, "Look, I have this footage. I wanted to reach out to you. I think it's really cool. You guys can just use it. I haven't put it up. I haven't done anything.
Put it in like a pump-up video or anything.
Just reach out to me if you want it."
How did he contact them?
Like via through the Twitter and I think email, both.
Right, gotcha.
And they never responded back. But then the next day at the Saturday practice, the Panthers put up a video and it said, "Our drone pilot better," hashtag "Our drone pilot better than yours." And so we're sitting here going, that's a shot. That's a shot at CK because we don't need your drone pilot. So CK, then I left on Saturday. We had an event at Resident Culture. Fans came out. It was a really good time. So I get back, and he stayed through Monday, and he threw that drone up in the air and was flying it. Now, all of a sudden, he's sitting in his car because you can just do this from anywhere. He's, by the way, a licensed drone pilot, completely legal, followed all not only the safety for drones and things, but also not illegal according to what's going on with the NFL. So the guy comes and knocks on his window, though. They tracked him down somehow. They found him. And they were like, "Look, I'm from Players." He said the guy was super nice to him, too. He said, "Look, I'm from Player Safety. We're worried about the drone being over." He said, "Look, good news is this is one of those drones that can shoot from the moon." So it wasn't over the practice field. And so there's no player safety things. In fact, it was completely legal, right? And they had no recourse. They couldn't tell him to stop. They said, "How long do you think you're going to be doing it?" Stuff like this.
They probably thought he's a guy you go up to, you tell him you can't do this, and they're like, "Okay, sorry." But he knows all the rules.
Right.
He knows the regulations.
And again, license, qualified, he has all the stuff. And so then they reached out to him on Twitter when he put some of the clips up, and they were like, "Look, we're worried about this being a competitive disadvantage for the team." So CK took the footage down. because he said, look, as I understand, if the team doesn't want it and they think that's going to hurt them, they're not going to chase clicks, which he could have got monetized on Twitter. You have to get 5 million views. So this was really some cool content. They unfollowed him and some different things. But then the backlash really came from a lot of Panther fans. And they're like, what is the week 1 game plan? How you're giving away and even so, look, this is an open practice. You can go in and get many of the same vantage points by just sitting in the stands. You can see all that if you really wanted to spy on a team. On top of that, this roster is over 90 people right now, and if you're installing a game plan, you've got 45 people you're about to cut that are going to have the game plan. So, what they're doing is, so some of these shots, there's two, fans were like, you're going to give it away. You're going to give it away. And then you're like, oh, my gosh, you mean when they're throwing 2 footballs at the same time or running one-on-one drills?
Teams and fans are paranoid. I think what would have been cooler is if he did this over a Falcons, Bucks, or Saints practice.
I know. That's kind of now, that should be our next goal.
I think so.
Excuse me.
I think
Bucks,
so.
Here you come. Do you guys practice outside?
Yeah. So,
all right, yep. Watch out. We're going to get them 5 million views.
2 points. Number one, what happens if that were in an indoor stadium? That just changes everything. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, if Tepper wouldn't have blown up his practice facility, that shot could have never happened.
But it's really not the difference.
That was the Patriots thing, right? Didn't they have cameras inside?
Well, that was during the game, an actual football game.
I thought there was practices before a Super Bowl.
These were
yeah, that was
the
second time. Panthers, dude, and they put a guy up on the roof of a hotel across the street.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
No, that was on 2 different occasions, but no, my point was it's weird that they have an issue with that, but then if you actually stuck that drone in the Minnesota Vikings, which actually can open and close, it's really not that much difference. The difference is when it closes, it now becomes a part of their
their
real estate.
Their property.
It's weird because it really isn't any different than if it were in Carolina.
Yeah.
The other thing I would have liked to seen is the quarterbacks have a contest to see who could hit it first.
If you see how high this thing goes up and you don't need it, it is
they're not touching it.
No, not even close.
Right, well,
this thing is super cool, though.
That'd have been fun to try.
Look, I think it's pretty cool to be mentioned by, Pat McAfee on his show, but I think it's even cooler to be quote tweeted by David Newton.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. And this is
what does it say?
So this is when Cody, announced on Twitter that he had put the videos down, that the Panthers were very nice about it. He quote tweeted, David Newton did, and said, "This is how the Panthers handled the drone being flown over practice."
Oh, okay, well, good.
Jamie says, "What does Sean think as a Panthers fan about it? Are you for or against the drone?"
I don't care.
It's really a non-story. It really is.
I don't care.
At the end of the day, it's just.
They're not doing anything.
The only thing is that what's crazy is that nobody's done it before this. It's crazy that nobody's tried to do this before with any kind of franchise in the league.
They talked about this on Pat McAfee, that the Canadian Football League has rules against this.
Well, did you hear the Olympics that just happened?
Really?
This scenario actually occurred. There was a Canadian. What team were they playing?
Oh, and they asked for permission to do it, and then they said, we're going to do it anyway?
They didn't ask. Somebody on the coaching staff for the soccer team for Canada.
Yeah.
The Canadian staff. Yeah, I know all about that.
Yeah, and so she didn't know about it. It was the women's soccer league. It was the women's, wasn't it?
It was the entire staff, not the players, but the staff.
Right.
Apparently dating back to quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
This was not a one-off. They had been doing it habitually, had been flying drones and over practices of opponents.
There's going to be some, I'm sure there's some billionaires out there that have yachts with drone jammers that now the NFL is going to deploy to these places.
But I mean, she not only did the head coach take ownership to it, the assistant coach was yanked, but she didn't know about it. She admitted she didn't know about it, but then she said, to the fairness of the game, I'm not going to coach against them. And I thought that was pretty
kind of funny.
Well,
too,
not just that. Canada as a whole yanked the soccer team.
It is
from the Olympics.
Kind of weird too that if you're doing this for content, and it's pretty cool to see.
We're just having fun, yeah.
But if it was an opposing fan, it would be a much, much bigger deal.
That's what
but at the same time, you're getting the same kind of useless practice.
That's what some people asked on our podcast was, how would you feel if this was a Patriots fan filming this? And again, public practice, You know, anybody can go in there. You can video while you're in there if you're a fan and things like that. So, I mean, yeah.
I kind of get that point, though. Like, if y'all did this at a Bucs practice, it would feel pretty, skeevy, pretty
sketchy.
Yeah. But if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
There you go. All right.
This is we're in a different world, though. This is not the old world of, like, where we only read about training camp through a newspaper. We've
talked about that on the show.
We don't even go to ESPN and things like this for our sports news. We go to Twitter. We go to these different things. But I do like this, and I understand. Look, as I can see both sides, how the Panthers feel about it. But the Panthers, I don't think it's really about them protecting the whatever, like there's some secrets. I think it's them about wanting to own all of their
control
content.
Everything that happens there, video.
All content owned by the NFL and the team. And that's where the behemoths can wait. The NFL is really notorious for doing this.
But if you can imagine, if you're trying to play football and practice on a daily basis out there in Charlotte, and they okayed it, and they're like, oh, it's no big deal, like we're saying. And all of a sudden, 18 of them are flying over you. As a football player, do you want that? I mean,
I don't think as a player because Tony said this thing's not even in sight.
It's not even in sight. And then the other thing is,
I think the organization has an issue more than the players.
Right.
Sure.
And they have to follow the FAA, right, guidelines. So, you couldn't do this on game day because there's a temporary no-fly zone.
Yeah.
Right. So they do different things. So this is, but you know what? The question is, will the Carolina Panthers and teams implement temporary no-fly zones over practices now?
Y'all are going to change NFL policy with this. We need to take a break. We'll come back. More to go. CW, we'll do a little fantasy take your pick with you here during this hour.
Let's go.
We'll see if Tony has any more Panthers camp news and nuggets, and we'll talk about some news around the league when we return. Pirate Radio Live on a Football Friday. Back with you after this.
The Holton Ahlers Show.
John David Baker, OC of the Pirates. How is the offensive line?
I love our group up front because those guys, you've got older guys that have played a lot of football. You can say whatever you want about results last year. Experience is experience.
Oh, absolutely. Especially up front.
That's right. And they've logged a lot of snaps. We got a lot of guys that are bought in, but those guys up front, talk about Dustin, Parker, Hamp, Darius, Coach, all them cats are bought in. They're the guys that are up front leading. And so that's the part that really, really fires me up.
The Holton Ahlers Show, Thursdays and Fridays at 6, right here on Pirate Radio.
Want to make your day better? Order a Papa John's pizza. Get an extra large, one-topping New York-style pizza for only $10.99. Made into 8 foldable slices, perfect for sharing or not. See, things just got better, and you get to eat pizza. Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Save a load on a new John Deere compact utility tractor and loader from Quality Equipment. It's never been easier to get the best brand on the market at an unbeatable cash price or with great financing at our lowest ever monthly payment. Now is the time to get that tractor package you've been dreaming of to get your next job done right. Stop by one of our 36 locations in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia, or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
This is Talbot Green with Integrity Home Mortgage. Are you ready and pre-approved if the home you want to purchase comes for sale today? This is a very important step when trying to purchase a home in the current market. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of loan programs. Our team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir has over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve.
To get started, call me, Joanne Weir, at 531-1148.
Joanne Weir, in MLS 75974. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender in MLS 208516.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Danny Beal, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was easy to work with when I needed my custom t-shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit universitysportswearenc.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Stock up and save during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Summer Stockpile Warehouse Closeout. We're clearing out inventory, and that means some of our lowest prices of the season. Save store-wide. Plus, find a huge selection of furniture closeouts, clearance items, floor samples, and more. Slashed an additional 50 to 70% off. Save on tons of mattress closeouts and floor models, too. Plus 6 months financing during the Summer Stockpile Warehouse Closeout going on now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Pirate Radio.
We're not afraid of nobody.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for Pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. And are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. This season, Bud Light has a new limited edition purple and gold ECU bottle on sale now. Cheers to football fun at the tailgate and in the stadium this year. And remember, always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Surely not quite a game day feel, but you can tell it's August because I just walked in UBE, and it's got some traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Getting geared up.
Starting to gear up.
I think it's 13 days away from students moving in, I believe. Traffic has already picked up around here because the Little League Softball World Series kicks off this weekend. And I believe the opening ceremonies will not opening ceremonies, but there's like a party or something down at the Greenville Town Commons tomorrow afternoon. But traffic has significantly picked up in Greenville.
The Tar Heel All-Stars are currently playing in the Southeast Regional down in Warner Robins, Georgia. And they have the spawn of Randy Johnson, righty on the mound, like this 7-foot 12-year-old starting.
Spawn of Randy Johnson. That's great.
He looks like a right-hander.
He really does. He really does.
It is 0-0. They're playing in the top.
Let's see what his lettuce looks like.
Top of the first inning.
There was a full count on this first
batter.
batter.
Oh, look, he's even getting the hair going.
It was a strike, but the ball got away, so runner on first, no outs.
So he's got a chance for 4 strikeouts.
Imagine the downhill action from a 6'5", 12-year-old to like a 5'4".
At that distance too, like that's crazy. All right, Tony. Any other news and notes from Panthers camp?
Yesterday was Fan Fest. They held Fan Fest in Death Valley, Clemson. Kind of nostalgia from the first year that Carolina played there. For what I was reading about it, because I wasn't, they did stream it. I wasn't able to watch it yesterday, but the team's dealing with pre-snap penalties and some different things. So Canales wasn't particularly happy about how clean things were run. He talked about, having the fans and the noise and the atmosphere maybe, makes people excited and things like that. But, he's brought in to clean up a lot of that, or at least that's the hope. But, I feel like this is what also every coach says is like pre-snap penalties. We got to clean this up, things like that. Right now, I guess just the best thing about this training camp so far is, and we're trying not to get too optimistic about players and expectations and wins and losses, but Deontay Johnson is just looking like a stud out there. And now you've got Xavier Legette, who is just a mutant. I mean, a mutant of a player. This frame is just incredible. He looks like, how Cam, Julius Peppers, they just looked like you built them on Madden. That's how Xavier Legette looks like.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I just appreciate that, man, so much, man.
It's so nice. He's humble, too. He is he's very smart, too. But the last is that Jonathan Mingo has been training with Steve Smith in the off season. So what we're kind of hoping is what went from a greatest weakness last year in the wide receiver room becomes a strength, and that maybe Bryce can take a step forward with that.
The concerns I've seen with Deontay Johnson, and I think this was a concern when he was in Pittsburgh, were drops, and there was a couple of videos that were shown, and one drop and people were going to blow up. Yeah. Was that a thing that you saw? Or?
Well, I mean, he did have a drop pass or two on one practice, but then he's like deadly in other and like making great catches.
They say his route running is really, really good.
He's the only player out of the whole bunch when you're there at the camp is that when they run their routes and they're walking back to the get back in line, because they'll run one receiver with one quarterback and they're all switching. He's like looking like a mambo dancer over there, working on his footwork all the time. So, look, he's in a contractual year. He had a moment where he looked like he was becoming a star receiver with 100 catches, 1,000 yards when he was in Pittsburgh. Went downhill when Kenny Pickett got there, but these guys, they're watching these wide receivers across the league sign just these giant contracts. So, look, the motivation's there for him to do well. And, I think the motivation there is for Bryce. Bryce talked a lot about the chemistry. They're developing some things. So, we'll see, just how it works out and how he'll fit into a Dave Canales offense. Is Legette the one taking that Mike Evans vertical post type route or something like that, because he's big and he's so dang big. He weighs, and he still runs a 4.4 or some mess like this. This guy is going to be hard to handle. And if these DBs don't just use perfect technique against him, they're going to just get manhandled physically against him.
CW got a new fantasy league, and it's like the old Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Remember how every team had to be represented? They did it like Little League Baseball.
Yeah, I've seen teams like that before. Leagues.
So every team has to be represented, forcing you to pick a Panthers player. What Panthers offensive player are you picking, and when are you taking him?
So Deontay Johnson's going in the 6th. I'll give you 3. Jonathan Brooks in the 9th, and Legette somewhere in the 14th. I don't actually have a problem with none of those are being overly drafted.
About Brooks.
Yeah.
Brooks is that what you need to do with Brooks, and again, you have to talk in best ball or season long. If you're talking about either one of them, really, you want to make sure if you take Brooks as your RB2 or 3, you pair him with someone who's got a legit starting role, who is playing, not maybe a difficult schedule, who doesn't get hurt often, because Brooks is going to, and Tony can probably talk about this more than I can, but, listening to all the different camp beaters, that they're not just going to roll him in and he get 25 carries, week 1.
Well, there's a chance he starts the season on the PUP list.
Yeah, and
right?
that's also
so you
the
get
issue
that.
too.
But here is the thing: is Jonathan Brooks is, if you can get him as an RB3 in the league.
Yeah.
What he's going to do is, you remember when I drafted Alvin Kamara in our league and I've got him deep, and that's what Jonathan Brooks is, because he's coming off an injury. He didn't get a lot of the spotlight. He's a first round talent, and he's a guy that CK is always CW. I'm all over the place. I got CKs, CBs, all these people on my podcast.
You've been doing CBD.
Yeah, not yet. What you could attest to with the Bucs and Dave Canales is it seemed like he started to get more and more into a bell cow style of running back situation last year, where a lot of teams have been doing committee, running backs by committee. So if you can get this guy when he gets healthy, all of a sudden you can get a guy that can do all. He's an every down back too. He's big enough to be in pass protection. He's strong enough to run between the tackles, and he's fast enough and shifty enough to hit home runs.
But what you want to do with Brooks is you want to look at your RB1 and 2 and make sure they don't have an early bye week, and that really complements Brooks really well. Because if you're saying he's your running back for week 5 and all of a sudden he's still not even in the game, that's going to complement things. And then now you're going actually to your RB4. So that's one of those players you really have to look at the players. Not only are you looking at the player themselves and the options that you have, but the bye weeks are real important with the Jonathan Brooks pick.
He is, just to let you know, though, is like while he could start on the PUP list, that would be somewhat protective over him because he tore his ACL in November of last year, and that's not as like he didn't do it in January or something like this. So players are coming back a lot faster now.
John, do you want to talk Madden ratings before we?
Yeah, before we end the Panther talk, the ratings for Madden 25 came out, and Panthers Insider on Instagram, one of the Panther fan pages, has the ratings. Who do you think is the highest rated Panther, and what is their rating?
Who is the highest rated in Madden
for the Panthers?
You should know this because you talk about him a lot as the one good player on the Panthers.
Derek Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is a 90. What do you think Bryce Young is?
Like 83.
Try 73.
Oh, wow.
73? Wow. That's like second and third string quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But
not shocked.
Yeah. Seems low.
Got to prove himself.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do a little take your pick with CW. We'll talk some fantasy football. Great diving catch in the first inning.
I want to open with some football, some Buck stuff too, if I could. Just a quick 10 seconds.
God. All right, I'll give it to you. 10 seconds on the Bucks.
There's no way. No way.
We're going to count them down. All right, more with CW. By the way, when Tony was going through his alphabet there, Mike P said, sounds like Tony has CTE. Yikes. Back with you after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time. It's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Okay, you have got to come to the Loose Goose. I mean, right now, come to the Loose Goose, 241 Four Lines Road, Winterville, North Carolina. We are a part of Advanced Moving and Storage. All the cool things that we buy, find, oh my word, you won't believe it. We've got everything from furniture to every kind of household thing that you need except appliances. The Loose Goose. We're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30, and on Saturdays, 10 till 5. You're going to be so glad you did.
Country music star Sarah Evans will be coming to the Weldon Mills Theater, Eastern North Carolina's best entertainment venue, on September 14th. Conveniently located just off I-95 in Roanoke Rapids, Weldon Mills Theater offers a hassle-free entertainment experience with free parking, wallet-friendly concessions, and a cozy atmosphere. With comfortable seating throughout the venue, there isn't a bad seat in the house. Join Weldon Mills Theater for a memorable event where you can relax and make lasting memories. Get your tickets to see Sarah Evans on September 14th at WeldonMillsTheater.com.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Pitt County Schools is in the people business, and we are hiring. If you're looking to make a difference by helping us ensure the future of Eastern North Carolina, we invite you to be part of our dynamic team. If you're just starting out or exploring a career change, the doors of one of Pitt County's largest employers are open for those seeking competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities. We offer learning support and advanced leadership opportunities to better prepare our educators and skilled labor force. If you want to be part of an award-winning school system that focuses on educating students and growing our employees, we encourage you to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher. To fill out an application, please visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And help us engage, empower, and elevate through 38 schools and one community.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
North Carolina State Parks has activated the North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Plan. With over 40 parks to visit in the state, we want to hear from you. Selected residents may receive a North Carolina Outdoor Recreation Plan survey through the United States Postal Service. Please take the time to complete the survey to help outdoor recreation from the mountains to the sea. For more information, visit ncparks.gov/outdoors.
This is Chandler Honeycutt from Pirate Radio Live, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live.
Let's go, boys.
Shout out Easton Meadows.
The smallest kid in Little League Baseball, probably.
Single.
Now, is that the catcher?
Yes.
Okay.
That is Ryan Meadows' kid.
Senator with a bunt single. And we are playing some good fundamental baseball right now.
All right, got to take advantage.
Get him on. Get him over.
And here's Big Mason, I believe his name is.
Yeah, Mason Williams.
Mason Williams. He had a double down the line. Bases clearing double. Bases were loaded, and he cleared the bases.
Florida leading 1-0 thanks to, I believe that the runner was out, but
nice pitch.
They didn't have enough evidence to overturn, so they lead 1-0.
Mason Williams has
big cheese.
He's got a big hurt Frank Thomas look to him when he's standing at the dish there.
Look at that stance.
Looks imposing. All right, this is a new segment called 10 Seconds on the Bucks with CW. And CW, your time starts now.
All right, give Jason Light credit, man. Over the offseason, Tristan Wirfs, Antoine Winfield, Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, sign them all to long, big deal contracts. The Bucks are still going to be good for a while.
Shout out to me, CW, not you, for last year saying, hey, y'all might as well win. Like, why not go ahead and try to win this division?
Oh!
As Mason hits one off the wall, camera gets shaky. And you were like, no, we need to tank. We're... And then you kept kind of winning a few, and finally you turned around like, all right, let's just go ahead and win.
The Baker Mayfield experience, I didn't know what it was going to be about. Yeah. And when, I've seen what I have seen in the last year, divisional round, we were actually, with Detroit, the team that also could have gone to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We weren't, we didn't look like we were, much worse of a team. So, yeah, I'm fine with all the different moves that Light's made and the contracts that he has given out for those 4 Pro Bowl or All-Pro players. All of them.
They're kind of an interesting, fun team all of a sudden, out of nowhere, seemingly.
And again, I got my Bucks goggles on, but I don't understand that, so maybe you can explain it to me because I can't figure it out. Why Atlanta and all Vegas, we talked about the over-unders, why they are a minus 140 to win the division.
I can't. I told you I would not put that bet down.
The Bucks are plus money. They're plus 250 to 300. You have a new coach who didn't do a good job the last time he was a head coach in Tampa, by the way. You have a quarterback who's coming off an ACL. We don't know what that's going to be like. And then you have a 3-time NFC South champion the last 3 years, and then we've pretty much signed everybody back. So, yeah, it didn't make any sense to me.
Steve says Baker Mayfield will turn back into a pumpkin.
Very well could.
next year.
I don't doubt that.
But was he that great last year? Let me look at his
He was
numbers.
a Pro Bowler. He had 28 touchdowns, less than 10 interceptions.
28 and 10.
Yeah,
okay.
28-10.
Yeah, those are really good numbers.
And he was I know you have to be a Pro Bowler. Normally, the NFC representative actually decides they don't want to be a Pro Bowler anymore, and then somebody else goes. But Baker Mayfield, the fact that he got invited to the Pro Bowl says something. It's not everything, but it's enough to say we're better than 10 other quarterbacks in the conference.
All right, there you go, CW. That was 10 seconds and 10 seconds only.
He did the first statement in 10 seconds.
I did.
He did. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you need to amend something you said earlier?
I do. So I take pride in my stats. So I told you earlier, Mike Evans was top 10 all-time in receiving touchdowns. He is, if you are including just receivers. If you're including anyone who catches a touchdown pass, he's 13th. Having said that, that's still incredible, and he's still a Hall of Famer. But those tight ends get in the mix.
So who's in front of him?
You're Tony Gonzalez, Antonio
Jason
Gates. Tony Gonzalez, no, that catches, yes, not touchdowns. Witten didn't have many touchdowns. Gates,
Tony Gonzalez,
and
Kelsey.
No, Kelsey's
Shannon
not there
Sharp.
yet. No, I got it right here.
Winslow.
Who was my third one? No. Gronk. Gronk is actually one behind him, actually. Yeah.
All right. Let's do some Take Your Pick. Jamie had a question for you. This is more of a question for Jared.
Yeah.
Would you take both Bowers and Mayer?
No.
No, of course not.
No.
But how? What about those tight ends? He says Mayer is no slouch. So is he draftable?
He's not. You definitely don't take him if you have Bowers. If you take him, he's probably going to be your last pick. If you're talking about an 18 or 20 round draft, fine. If you want to take, a lot of those are dart throws anyway. But if you take Bowers, you're taking him under the idea that he is going to be one of those incredible tight ends coming from the last couple of years, and keep that way.
Adams is going to get 1 million targets, and then you got Bowers, so you don't really need Mayer.
No.
Jared, do you know who are the other receiving options for Vegas?
Jacoby Myers, and then Trey Tucker. Those are the starters.
Jacoby's a good player.
He is.
The deal with having those two players,
touchdown guy, John. Jacoby Myers.
Having Michael Mayer, and Brock Bowers there, I think Vegas could not just pass on him based on where he fell in the draft. Was that a need? Absolutely not. But when you're talking about one of those transcendent players, and they saw how well Laporta and Ferguson did, and Trey McBride last year, they figure, hey, we could actually add another pass catcher. They didn't need him. So I think they just took that one player knowing that he was going to make the team and do exceptionally well no matter what.
Question from Steve. But I want to ask, let me see. Man, he's down there. I was going to ask Jared where he takes Devontae Adams. Let me ask him that first. Are you a big, take your team, your guy in fantasy?
I used to draft Derek Carr first round.
Okay, that's the kind of guy you are. God. So where are you taking Devontae this year?
I like playing with guys like that.
First round?
Yeah.
And I'm shocked to see, again, I'm late to the game. I got to get our fantasy stuff going. I got other votes to make in my other league.
Yeah.
I got other stuff going on. I don't know. I got to get into it. But I'm shocked to look at a ranking and see him 16th out of receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I got a top 5 pick, I'm not going to take my guy. But if I'm bottom of the first round.
So if you're 6th, you're taking him.
That's 16th total, not receivers.
This is 16th out of receivers.
No way.
And I'm looking at Fantasy Pros.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, let's play Take Your Pick.
Okay.
Devontae Adams or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
St. Brown by a whole round.
Okay, relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
By a whole round.
Devontae Adams or Puka?
I mean, Puka's going right now in the first round, and Adams is going in the second. So... I'm probably going Puka there after what I saw from him last year.
Adams or Debo?
Debo.
Adams or Mike Evans?
Adams.
Ooh, so that would...
It's pretty close. It's razor thin.
Adams or Ayuk?
Same. It's razor thin.
Adams.
Is he playing for San Fran?
Yeah.
Adams or Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Adams. I want to see it from Harrison first.
Adams or Olave?
Adams.
Okay, so it looks like you got Adams about 10th.
11, 12, 13 range. If you're talking about total draft, if you're talking receivers, top 10.
Would you take Nico or Drake London over Adams?
Nico.
You would? Okay. All right. So you've got him moved up a few spots then.
Yeah.
I get, but are all those receivers, did I just name second round picks?
Yeah.
Just
so the most interesting thing about the second round is it's flat. It's one of the flattest second rounds I've ever seen. And by that, I mean, you could take the 11th pick or the 12th pick and literally pick 23. And I'm not talking about just receivers. Throw a couple of those running backs like Saquon Barkley in. And all of them, you can make a case for just as easily. The second round is about as flat as I've ever seen it.
So how about if you're in one of those leagues that's a redraft and you get to pick your draft spot?
Right.
Sometimes you like to go late in the first so you can get that back-to-back. This year it sounds like you want an early pick.
You want an early pick because
if you're late in the second, you're still going to get good value.
100%.
Think about that, people.
The 11th and 12th pick this year, 10th, 11th, 12th is about the worst I've seen it in a while for that reason.
So you want to go early?
Or always. Yeah.
All right.
For this case, for how flat it is. When the first round is flat, that's when you want the 10, 11, 12 because now you got the first, second rounder coming. But because the second round seems to be so much flatter, you don't really, it doesn't really matter where that second pick comes. You're going to take somebody who you feel very comfortable taking, and that player could be your number 12 and you're sitting at 22 and he's still there. So that's why I like the second round as being incredibly flat and not worrying about taking them when you realize you're taking picks 1, 2, and 3 and you got to wait for 22, 23, or 24.
Jamie says, any hesitation to take Herbert with a foot injury?
No, but you better take him as your QB2. That he is not going to be a legit starter this year. He's going to be your backup. Or he's a great pick if you're taking somebody like Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is going to go about 2 or 3 rounds ahead of him. But if you pair those two together and you take the established quarterback, but probably won't put up the numbers, but you know when he fills in for Daniels, if Daniels has a bad week or he gets injured, and I'm kind of speaking best ball here too, you know that those two can complement each other. But yeah, I would not be drafting Herbert this year as a starter. No.
Tony, would you rather have Anthony Richardson or C.J. Stroud as your fantasy QB?
Well, I think the answer is clearly Stroud right now.
Why clearly?
Well, because
you've seen it?
Yeah, and then he did it for a whole season. Their offense, if you saw the offenses in last night's game, I mean, usually I feel like that defenses have an advantage early in the preseason. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but these offenses were cooking. They got a lot more talent, around C.J. Stroud. And to be honest, is Anthony Richardson is like, we're basing it all on the projections that we thought he could be, but we haven't seen any of it really.
Tony, you're falling into the trap, man.
What?
You complain every year that these people talk about what happened last year rather than having the foresight.
It was still a rookie last year. Didn't play a lot, and so if you're counting on him to get a bunch of rushing yards and rushing touchdowns, if that's the argument, then – but I think there's a risk there. So, I don't think it's as easy. I think you might get too smart if you picked Anthony Richardson over. You'd be trying to be too smart, too cute.
One thing you did say, Stroud could struggle, but he's going to have a couple plays where he throws it and his receiver's going to do the rest. Because he's got some
He's got a ton. And then they got, Cam Akers back now off of injury. He caught a touchdown last night.
So what do you think about the Colts' weapons around? You're like you guys said, you want him to run the ball, score touchdowns, because Pittman, Pierce, Josh Downs, I don't love those.
Josh Downs, though, had an incredible first year.
From North Carolina.
Yeah.
Indianapolis and Chicago can be this year's Houston from last year.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
True.
And you look at all the different so yes, if you said Nico Collins or Michael Pittman, fine, Nico's better. But how much did you know Nico going into last season? Who was drafting him in the second round like he's being drafted
He
now?
was really good. It's just you could tell it's hard for these good players to be really good or great players when they have a okay quarterback.
A.D. Mitchell could be this year's Tank Dell. Jonathan Taylor could easily outperform.
Mitchell, is that Texas?
Yeah.
I like him.
He's the wide receiver 3 for that team.
I like him a lot.
They're loaded.
Downs was hurt. So, Downs had and when you go back and to look at Anthony Richardson's few games that he played, he was fantastic. So
I wouldn't go that far. He was not fantastic. He was good.
Who?
Anthony Richardson.
He played like in one game.
Yeah,
right?
he had one game. Then he got hurt. Yeah, and
but yeah,
he came back.
He was pretty dang.
He had one game that he had 4 touchdowns in, but he played in a total of 4 games.
And he and Jonathan Taylor played and combined one snap together.
Yeah.
So
all right, short on time. Yeah. Sean, we talked about Jordan Love a lot this week.
My most on quarterback in all of my 34 drafts.
So based
on where he's going. I've got him more than any other quarterback because of where he's going.
For fantasy this year, you want Mahomes or Lamar Jackson?
Give me Lamar.
I think so too.
I have Mahomes by a smaller amount, but not by much. But if you told me one team I have to make, because I make so many, I'm taking.
I feel like Lamar kills it like weeks 1 through 13,
which is great for fantasy. Well, you need a championship quarterback, but you're in the playoffs by then almost.
And I try not to overthink it, like you were talking about between Stroud, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I don't believe that.
But
CW not overthinking.
Yeah, that's all right.
But Kansas City has been the Super Bowl the last 2 years, and they got better. So how am I not thinking that he's going to be a top 3 or top 4 guy? I don't know. I'm fine with Mahomes there. I'm much more comfortable with that.
All right, we are about out of time.
All right, cool.
Yes. Good discussion.
I got stuff to do.
Bye.
See ya.
What do y'all got to go? Are you illegally filming us? We got 1, 2,
Hey, what's that drone doing out there?
I got a teddy bear camera over there.
What's my over/under on medals won this week on the cruise?
So CW's going on a cruise. He's going to be, what contest you going to be in?
Bocce ball, ping pong family, cornhole. What's my
poker? I think you guys get taken.
Poker tournament. I
think you get taken down. In
basketball, free throw shooting.
All right.
And then they've got one that combines cornhole and bocce. I don't know how they do that.
So we'll call 6 events. I'm going to say
3
I
medals.
was going to say 2.5.
3 medals.
So you're going over 2.5?
Yeah.
I said the line at 3.5, so I guess I'm going over.
I'm going to do like plus money.
Training for it.
I'm doing plus money on exact number of medals at 3.
Okay.
You can get plus money on that. So
if I lose the family one, it won't be my fault.
God, way to throw them under the bus.
Well, I mean, they don't.
Tell you one thing: if I was there, nobody's winning but me.
All right, CW versus Tony, a celebrity ping pong match
here
coming later this summer. We'll take a break, come back, hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. DJ Captain Morgan Ahlers will join us. We got a Bucs scoreboard update. Florida and the Tar Heel All-Stars tied at 1 in the top of the 2nd inning. We'll continue to follow that and should be able to get out of the inning. No, that's out of play. We'll take a timeout. More to go after this.
Party like a pirate Thursday, August 29th at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, featuring entertainment by Greenville's 90s country tribute band, Should Have Been Cowboys.
Don't rock the jukebox, I want to hear some Jones.
The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back at the State Theater in downtown Greenville, Thursday, August 29th, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh.
Rock the jukebox.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too.
This is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning. Give me a call today, and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates.
Did you know that GUC's electric rates are the lowest in Pitt County? GUC's average residential electric bill, using 1,000 kilowatt hours per month with load management, is $21 lower than the investor-owned utilities and $34 lower than the local co-ops. In fact, GUC's average electric bills are still $10 lower than they were 10 years ago. Low rates with high reliability. That's the value of public utilities. That's the value of GUC.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week with live music. Come enjoy Mug Monday with custom butt cups. Tuesday and Wednesday we have local acoustic night. Thursday night we have line dancing from 7 to 9, followed by karaoke with DJ Dog. Ladies and free both Friday and Saturday nights with the best local bands in the area. So come twirl around and have a bucking good time. And don't forget your Sunday Fun Day Cornhole Tournament with the ECU Club Cornhole team at 3 p.m. Check out the Buck on Facebook and Instagram for all up-to-date information and events. Y'all come get bucked up.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This is Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts, Pitt County's go-to shop for all things golf carts. We have E-Z-Go, club car, and utility carts to choose from. Whether it's for the beach, riding around the neighborhood, or working in the yard, 360 Golf Carts has the perfect ride for you. If you have issues with your current cart, take it by my shop for an expert's diagnosis. From parts to sales to service, we have you covered. We will even deliver right to you. So come see me, Brian Harris, on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School. 360 Golf Carts, Pirates supporting Pirates.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Hey, Pirate fans, start your game days with us right here on Pirate Radio as the Bud Light pregame tailgate returns for another season. Shirley Rhodes and the Pirate Radio team will join me as we'll hear from the ECU coaches and players, Brian Bailey, Brian North, Patrick Mason, Holden Ahlers, Caden Norman, Greg Hudson, Jeff Nadeau, David Glenn, and so many more as we take you up to kickoff with 4 hours of pregame coverage for every ECU football game. Your game day isn't complete without the Bud Light pregame tailgate, debuting Saturday, August 31st at 2 o'clock, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork, in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street, and their new location on Greenville Boulevard. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you. Pirate Radio Live, Friday. Jackson Jabs up to bat. What a cool name.
He's the kid that said Javi Baez.
Yeah, we talked to him last week. It is 1-1, Florida and North Carolina. North Carolina being represented by Greenville Tar Heel. The winner of this regional goes to Williamsport. Saw earlier today, Kirby Smart's kid hit a dinger for Georgia.
Dinger.
Earlier today. Which reminds me,
man,
of our next guest on the Pirate Radio Live line, Morgan Ahlers, joining us. Hey, Morgan.
What, are you talking about hitting dingers or?
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a Georgia quarterback.
Swinging dingers?
Thank you, Shirley. That played against Holton, right?
Jake Fromm?
Jake Fromm, yeah.
And he was a good baseball player.
Jake was 12 and Holton was 11 that year. And they went down there and they played, and we actually had them up 4-1. They finished second in the U.S. at that point. And had them up 4-1, ran out of pitches, and they beat us 5-4, I believe.
All right, Tillman's up. This is the grandson of Bo Batts, so you know he's a great baller.
Yes, sir.
we're pulling.
I wonder if Bo's there.
So Morgan, how many years did you go down there to Warner Robins? Was it just that one, or?
Griffin went to St. Petersburg before they moved to
Okay.
Warner Robins 1 year, and then Holton went down his 11 and 12-year-old.
So the atmosphere at Elm Street compared to what I played in at Winterville is a different ball game. How about when you get into a Southeast Regional? What was that experience like? You know that you're one step away from Williamsport. How cool was that for you and the kids?
It was really neat the way they do it down there. They've tried to make it a mini Williamsport. They've got a beautiful facility that is custom made. They do softball and baseball there for Little League World Series, and they do a really good job. They treat the players well, and it's very similar to what East Carolina, what Greenville Little League does for the girls softball 12-year-old World Championship. And last night I had the privilege of playing for them at Sawyer's Fun Park, and really, you could see some of these kids come in from different countries, and they're looking around, and it's just a big-time event, a big-time atmosphere, and they're treated like professional athletes. They're bussed around, and it's just a really cool event, and hopefully Greenville Little League and Greenville Tar Heel can pull it out down there and make it to Williamsport.
Well, that's neat, Morgan. So was that like all the international teams and everybody there?
In the Southeast region?
In the Sawyer's Park thing.
Yeah. All the Little League softball teams were there last night. They brought them in, and they had a private event for them, and they got to do all the zip lining and the obstacle course and all that kind of stuff in the games. They had food for them, and it was a really neat event last night, and fun to be there and see the coaches and the players and some of their families in there just having fun, interacting with each other, and and just getting ready for probably some of the biggest week of softball in their lives.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Sean, you said during the break you're ready to get out to Elm Street Park and see some softball on Sunday.
Yeah, I've been able to go the past couple of years, and it's a fun time out there. A lot of people go out there, and it's really good softball. So, and I'm walking distance to the park, so I'll be out there on Sunday.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Week 1 of ECU football practice going on, Morgan, and we're able to talk to Coach Houston after day 1. We'll be able to get our second opportunity to talk to him coming up on a Saturday, and who knows what he's going to give us as far as information, but we'll try to figure out who's looking good out there and what's going on with the quarterback battle. But early days of fall camp going on, and coaches I know are excited to get out there. Players excited, but they're in for the long haul now. Talking to Alex Harper, Bryce Williams, and Holton Ahlers, they talk about how long and strenuous this next 3 weeks, man, can be.
Well, you get to the point where you get out there that first week. You've been working out all summer. The adrenaline of we're finally practicing sets in. You get after it, and then you go 3 or 4, 5, 6 days in a row. Maybe have a break one day from a practice, and then you start that second week, and it starts to become a grind, and you finish up camp. And when you get done with that and you start your game type week preparations and practices, it's a whole different world. And that last 2 or 3 days can be really rough and tough. And with the heat they've had this week, the coaches are really probably stretching them out and really putting it to them as far as pressure and learning things, because there's some of the newer guys that are in here that are on the field together for the first time officially that weren't here this spring. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think the quarterback battle is going to go down to maybe the last 2 weeks of preseason. I think they might know by that point, but I don't think they'll release that until maybe game time on the 31st. That's my opinion.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Could it be like the year where didn't Morgan Ahlers make the official announcement on who the starting quarterback was the Dominique Davis year? Like, it was never announced until right before the game.
We never announced it during the game because I went from a running back. I don't remember who it was, Bud Smith, and at quarterback, and I paused and didn't say anything at wide receiver.
Yeah. And even though we all knew it was going to be Dominique Davis.
Who was he in competition with?
I want to say it was like Brad Warnick, maybe.
Brad Warnick.
One of my favorite backups.
Yes.
He was always ready if needed.
But at that point, I know it's gamesmanship
sometimes
between the coaches. But when we're making the announcement, say 20 minutes prior to game time, they're not going to go in the locker room and say, okay, we're putting in this game plan.
Yeah.
Their plan's already in place, and they, what they're doing, but it's gamesmanship.
No doubt. And that was Ruffin McNeil's first game, right?
Yep,
as a head
2010.
coach here.
I think it was, yeah.
And a famous one at that, ended on a Hail Mary to Justin Jones, East Carolina tight end. Morgan, the Pirates, 2-0 in basketball. I don't think these count on the record, but I went down to the Bahamas and won a couple of games. Did you see any of this on social media at all?
I've seen some pictures. I've seen a few little video clips, and a nice little trip right before school starts, isn't it?
No doubt.
The Bahamas and stay at Atlantis and play a couple basketball games and practice and have a 3 or 4 day jaunt. Maybe that sets the tone for the rest of the season. Some of a couple of the video clips I saw were very impressive.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting. Again, we've talked about it. It's going to be really interesting to see how this team comes together and who really steps to the forefront when you look at the 8-man, maybe 9-man rotation by the end of the year, who's playing and who's not playing. I think they've got some skill. I think they've got some different pieces. It's just a matter if you can put all those pieces and make a puzzle out of it.
And just seeing this, guys, East Carolina men's basketball.
Look at that backdrop.
Tweeting out a picture of the whole team and the other folks that
on the beach
made the trip down there. Yeah, looking good, looking sharp. All right.
Look, a whole bunch of them. There are a whole bunch of people in that picture.
That there are. Yeah, I wish I could have made that trip.
John Gilbert made the trip.
Sean, it's time for one question for Morgan Ahlers.
Yes.
We'll go around the horn. We'll start with you.
All right, Morgan. Of course, after every ECU touchdown, you say touchdown Pirates, and sometimes an ARG. What is the one touchdown?
Excuse me, sir. Let me correct you on that. After every touchdown, there is an ARG.
Okay.
And once again, it's one question. It's not Chandler's 7 statements followed up by a question. You do this every time.
All right, I'm so sorry. I apologize. But anyway, what's the one touchdown, Morgan, where you kind of became a fan and got so excited and put a little more extra oomph on your touchdown Pirates? One that comes to mind, I know.
I'm going to write down my answer before he says it. All right, what's your answer, Morgan?
The one probably comes to mind would be Holton's first touchdown, but I don't know if I really put any extra oomph into it.
What did I write, John?
Holton's first touchdown.
A, it was his first touchdown. B, it was an amazing touchdown.
Yes, it
was a long run against North Carolina. So that's got to be the answer. All right, Jarrett, what's your question for Morg?
Yeah, you talked earlier about coaching Little League Baseball. What's your favorite and least favorite part of coaching kids?
Good question. Two-parter.
The favorite part would be working with the kids and watching. I always used to say you could, with just about every player, even though the skill level was different, you could see when that light bulb would come off and they get it. You all of a sudden the light bulb goes, okay, what he's telling us and what the coaches are telling us really is how to do it. They figure it out. The least fun part sometimes might be dealing with parents.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
But all of them have been blessed with had some really good families over the years, and so that's a small percentage.
We go to the one,
the only,
Shirley Rhodes.
Morgan, when you DJ a wedding reception, what is the one song that is guaranteed to get everybody out on the dance floor that is not a line dance song?
Probably I use September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, September. Okay, that's a good one. All right.
That'll get the crowd going. Good call. Morgan, no further questions, Your Honor.
You don't have a question?
I asked him like 7. Oh, you want me to ask him? Okay. Morgan, tell us about a
little bit.
A funny memory, an interesting story from your bouncing days.
Oh.
That's a long time ago. I could tell you the story that said I would never bounce again.
Let's hear it.
DJing in a club one time, a fight broke out, and I helped break it up. And there I have a guy against the wall, and I say, look, dude, I'm off duty, and I don't want to take you downtown. I never said I was a cop. But the guy said, oh, man, I'm sorry. I said, go out the back door and get out of here. Guy gets down, goes and leaves. And just as soon as he left, I look and I see a bottle swing behind my head. And I said, I'm done. It's not worth it. I'm done.
Man.
DJing.
Wait, so did that bottle make contact with you?
No, I ducked.
Oh, my gosh.
I ducked. And
Holy moly.
I said, I'm done. And so if a fight breaks out now and I'm in a bar or restaurant, y'all have fun.
Where'd you bounce at, Morgan?
I bounced downtown, DJ downtown over the years.
Oh, that's cool.
Beach. And
Was it Coach Hud that said, it was Coach Hud, right, that said, we're talking about like what happens if a fight breaks out?
Oh, Coach Hud said he just sits there.
Just sit there or go away from it?
He said there was in Hawaii, there was a fight broke out at a dinner, and his wife was like, are you not going to go help them and break it up? He said, nope. Not going to get into that.
So.
No, I mean, there's times, and I've worked in some places where we would wear tuxedo shirts. Matter of fact, it was the old Hilton now, which is the Holiday Inn, or the Sheraton, before the Hilton was opened up. When I first got into town, it was a place called Off the Cuff Lounge, a very nice bar. And we wore tuxedo bow ties and white shirts and black pants when we worked. And the bar manager basically would have his hat. He wore a baseball hat all the time and a coat and suit and tie. And he would say, it was always yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You talk them out. You don't touch them. You talk them out. And I've always believed that. You can talk down somebody for the most part. He said, you don't touch anybody until I tell you to. And I said, how do we tell you to? He says, I'll turn my hat backwards.
That's the sign.
Get them out at all costs, yeah.
Morgan's like a well-trained attack dog. He's a good boy, but if he's got to attack you, he will. So there you go.
Yeah.
Morgan, if you ever see me, because I always wear a hat, but if you come in the studio, my hat's backwards, that means kick Chandler's ass for me.
Chandler's a puppy dog.
Yeah, don't hurt me, please.
Morgan, enjoyed it, man. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
All right,
sounds good.
I like those Q&As with
I do
Morgan
too.
Ahlers. That's added something to the segment.
And actually, when I asked my question about what's the like when he turned into a fan and screamed touchdown Pirates, it was a play that we had mentioned in this segment. I remember how excited he was when Justin Jones hauled in that touchdown against Tulsa. And the arg that he let out after that, I was like, man, Morgan Ahlers is up there loving this.
You know,
the Holton Ahlers one is pretty special.
You know, he had to have some mist going on in the eyes. Dang it, I made a mistake.
What?
I always like to ask Tony, what are you looking forward to in the Panthers preseason game? Instead, we'll be recapping that next Friday because they do play on Thursday night.
And playing the Patriots, I guess we have like an agreement with them in the preseason because this is like the third year in a row that we're playing the Patriots. So they'll be in Foxborough, and can't wait to see what these NFL hopefuls will look like on Thursday.
That'll be on NFL Network. The Raiders will be on NFL Network on Saturday.
The Raiders.
Jarrett, what kind of preseason fan are you? Are you interested in preseason games?
No, I'm more interested in the training camp stuff, battles for positions.
Right. I'm somewhat hype about Bears on Hard Knocks.
The Bears. Let me get into this.
How long is this going to be?
No,
I need something for next segment.
Does everybody agree with me when I say it's stupid to dress somebody up in full get-up, in full uniform, helmet and all, go out there and throw, just not to play in the game and not wear the uniform? That's what happened last night with Caleb Williams.
Did he dress up?
He dressed up. They show him warming up with his 18 and Williams and was dressed to the nines. I want to say he had like armbands on and everything. Like, just to not play in the game at all.
Yeah, I didn't see
That's stupid.
They interviewed him like midway during the game, and he was just in regular clothes.
Yes, he was in regular clothes at kickoff.
The only time that's not stupid is when Jameis Winston does it for Florida State.
Well, he was told. He was told.
When he was suspended and went out there in full uniform and was throwing.
Yes.
That I'll allow.
But do you not agree? Do we not agree?
No, it's stupid.
I wonder if they wanted him to have like a pregame experience or something.
Maybe.
I did see some pictures on Twitter. There was probably like a photo shoot or something. So
I was about to say like a photo op. Definitely like a photo op.
When I played middle school basketball, which is somewhat comparable to the NFL, before the start of the season, when we got closer, we would run through pregame drills and stuff. So this is how you leave the locker room. This is our layup line. We come around here. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a little dress rehearsal for.
I see that.
For what you do.
This is how it's going to be in the regular season.
real games.
Yeah.
So maybe there's that.
Okay.
My wife said, so did Simone Biles' husband not play in this game? Like I had the game on. And I was like, what in the world are you talking about? He plays for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Was he in France? And she said yes.
I was going to say, I would venture, since Simone was getting ready to make history as far as making the most medals, I think, in individual gymnastics, I would venture to think he would have been there.
So apparently she told me, because I was like, well, this is a pretty crucial time to be with your team with training camp. Not necessarily the game, but training camp. But apparently he got some kind of waiver from the team that says, hey, go be with your wife at the Olympics.
Every 4 years, man.
What is his name? Do you use anybody?
Jonathan Owens.
Jonathan Owens,
Okay.
yes. He used to play. I remember when he was with the Packers.
Yeah, he just signed with Chicago, which is why you probably need to be at camp.
Yeah, right. But, oh well. All right, let's take a break. I don't like that the Florida pitcher just hit our guy.
Hey.
But I do like, is he wearing like Jordan cleats? They look like Jordans.
The old school Jordans.
They look like old school Jordans.
Yeah.
They
There's several players that have them.
Those are cool.
They have the low tops and the high tops.
I like them. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. We'll have our Fleet Feet rundown when we return. 1-1 the score. Tar Heel versus Florida down in Warner Robins. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
What's up, Pirate Nation? Kyle Gaines here at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Washington, North Carolina. Letting you know about our huge selection of pre-owned vehicles, certified vehicles for every budget, starting at $799 and up. And don't forget, we have all your off-road accessories here with our Washington off-road packages. So bring your Jeep, Ram, or other maker model, and we will take care of your accessories for you. Also, check us out online at WashingtonCDJR.com. Remember, drive a little, save a lot. Go Pirates.
If you're in the market for a swimming pool and you're located from the capital to the coast, Elite Pools can make it happen for you. They are the Carolina's premier fiberglass and concrete pool builder and renovation contractor. Every pool is built with the highest quality products and on schedule. Visit the Elite Pool showroom located across from Agri Supply in Greenville with fiberglass pools on site and a design center to simplify all of your pool selections. They also have a full service department with pool supplies and they provide expert water analysis. Call Elite Pools today at 689-6557 or visit ElitePoolsNC.com. For pools, think Elite Pools.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street's famous weekday lunch specials are only $7.99. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and a drink on the patio. Join Down on Main Street every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
There's a special deal at US Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, barbershop quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hi, I'm Walker Allen Valova, and I'm with CopyPro. CopyPro has been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology. Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total satisfaction is our #1 priority. We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net. CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Yo ho ho, Pirate Patriots! It's Lindsay Gray with Carolina Caliber. Time to hoist the colors of the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're celebrating independence now through August 15th with FN Firearms. Take advantage on low prices of FN 510s, 545s, and SCAR 15s with factory rebates up to $500. Plus, with every FN purchase will come free FN gear. With the largest selection of firearms and accessories in Eastern NC, our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to lead you to the perfect treasure. Shop online or stop on by Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. It's a time-honored tradition.
Hey, Pirate Nation. It's summer sale time at Russell's in downtown Washington. I'm Rhonda Lyons, and I have reduced prices on all your favorite men's and women's merchandise. Shop your favorite men's apparel at 20% off, and all ladies' merchandise is marked down 40%. It's our summer sale. Save big and come see us now while selection is good and prices are even better. Because at Russell's, it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers in downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
This is Dr. Dixon from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experienced and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio, where the heart of Greenville lives. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The technicians at New Blue stand ready to face any challenge that time or the elements may throw at your home, and your home deserves the best. And New Blue is ready to help with any electrical, plumbing, and HVAC needs. New Blue also now specializes in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. Contact them today at callnublue.com. New Blue Service Group, redefining service excellence. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
There's some things Chandler does that always gives me a laugh or a smile. Every now and then it's like a Mike Keith, but here lately it's been high-pitched referee voice.
He didn't have two hands like
talking
Michael.
to Michael Jordan.
He didn't have two hands like. Yes, you did. Oh, is that right? Foul 55 to the Cub.
Because he said Ramey Steins would never do that.
I said Ramey Steins would never switch a foul call on Michael Jordan.
He'd say, I don't believe you, Michael.
I don't believe you, Michael.
No foul, two not coming. We got a little rally, a little something cooking, something brewing.
Let's go, boys. Hey, base hit scores 2 here.
Runners on second and third, 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning.
We're rolling on the crack of the bat, boys. Crack of the bat.
Crack of the bat. We got a nice little hole in between first and second. So maybe that's where you want to go with this one. All right, Jarrett, we'll pop up the Fleet Feet rundown, and can we hear A-Harp, Shirley?
Hey, Pirate Nation. Be sure you have the best and most comfortable shoes this tailgate season with a stop at Fleet Feet. Locally owned and operated by ECU alum Chris Lunyon. Fleet Feet of Greenville provides solutions through one-on-one services to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Go see them at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet. They run for you.
Thank you, Alex. Oh, bang, bang, play at first. Now, I don't know the challenge rules. Tar Heel has already challenged and lost the challenge.
Yep.
Man, big time throw from third to first. Gets the out. And we're going to see a little... What a play by this third baseman. And I think they got him.
Wow.
Great scoop by the first baseman. That is Webb Jim. What a way to save a run by Florida there.
That was very Manny Machado-esque.
Yeah, top-tier play. He did make a play like that.
Yeah. And through a laser.
Fire the laser.
Laser.
All right, I told Jarrett just to come up with his own Fleet Feet rundown. He's got thumb through, Buck scoreboard, and NASCAR.
NASCAR? What do you want to talk about, Jarrett?
Well, breaking news: big return coming at Watkins Glen. It's the second race of the playoffs, I believe. That's September 15th. Juan Pablo Montoya.
Oh, I have not heard that name at all.
Montoya.
Yeah, he has not raced in the Cup Series for 10 years.
Good road courser, right?
Yeah, he'll be returning to the road course at Watkins Glen for the 2311 team.
Huge news.
Juan Pablo.
So that is Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin's team.
Yeah.
All right.
Racing in the number 50 Mobile 1.
Number 50 Mobile 1. What's your favorite car design of all time? Paint scheme and.
Oh man, it's either Earnhardt Sr. with the Wrangler, the blue and yellow Wrangler.
Oh, yeah.
Or Kyle Busch Interstate batteries.
Like green and black and white?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Green and red.
Green and red, okay.
Some lightning bolts on there.
Okay.
Lightning bolts.
Jarrett, what is the best NFL theme song? Shirley, do you have any examples? So hit me a few. Just pop one on. So this is NFL on CBS and Westwood One, right? Oh, this is, that's a good one. What else we got? Of course,
Fox.
The classic Fox. Monday night
football. Sorry. You cut me off there. Sorry.
Anything else? Oh, NFL Prime Time. This was before your time, Jarrett.
I've seen Prime Time.
You've seen Prime Time, but you haven't seen Prime Time.
I didn't live it. Yeah,
You've seen. Like you can go on YouTube and watch NFL Primetime from 1996, which I do at times, like gearing up for football season.
We go to Cincinnati.
What are we missing?
NFL Network.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I like what they're trying to do here, but
yeah, Then, oops, sorry. And then you have. This is not necessarily. Well, this is an older one.
What do you got? Yeah, that was before my time.
Yeah, that was before your time. That was the NFL Today on CBS.
While we're at it, Shirley, if you could just pop some NFL Films music.
That is.
Them bells, man.
Take a break.
Woo! Get chill bumps right there. Just them bells right there.
Them bells.
The bells.
That's like
them bells.
You know, like at the beginning of Hell's Bells. You know, you hear those bells, and now all of a sudden.
I got to admit, I like the beginning of For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yes.
More than Hell's Bells. But that's me.
I want to say this was in one of the Maddens, too.
Yeah.
Well, there was one Madden that had NFL Films, like, remixed songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. With all that being said, Jared, what network has the best?
It's Fox.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Because your favorite football personality, of course, we learned is Howie Long.
It's basically the whole crew on Fox NFL Sundays.
Which still is funny to me.
That's what I grew up with.
I just see you, like, getting ready for football on a Sunday, and you're literally slapping your knee listening to Terry Bradshaw say something stupid.
He's one of the funniest people to live.
That is awesome.
Now, I enjoyed their pregame show when they used to have Frank Caliendo come on and do his impersonation. Oh, yeah. I mean, he did Rome, Madden, Madden, Gruden.
Him and Jimmy Kimmel did a pretty problematic one.
Who's the other?
They dressed up as Shaq and Charles Barkley.
Ooh.
Did one of y'all just mention Rob Riggle?
No.
He was good, but I mean, following Frank Caliendo.
Yeah. Frank Caliendo was really the big draw for me for if you're talking about pregame. Now, for me, I'm old school. I've always loved this one.
Absolutely. Because I also am riding around, and we hear this with Westwood One on Pirate Radio. But I do think, wait a minute, you know what we didn't play?
Which one?
Maybe the best one. Sunday Night Football.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we don't even have that.
NFL on NBC or Sunday Night Football.
Okay, hold on.
Because either CBS or Sunday Night is my favorite.
Without Al Michaels, that Sunday night one just don't hit as
Al Michaels.
You got a point there.
Okay, Sunday night.
Here's a guy that's got a point.
Here's a guy. Is it Mike Tirico now?
Yeah.
I like Mike Tirico. But he's not Al Michaels. In fact, we went through a span on Monday Night Football when they were going with different announcers. Was it like Tessitore and Sean McDonough?
Joe Tessitore?
But I feel like Mike Tirico was the last. Like, who does it now? They got Buccaneer. Yeah. But Mike Tirico, previous to that, was like, he kind of gives me a big game feel when I hear his voice. But still, nothing like Michael's. I like this one.
That's fair. I like that.
This is because now Sunday night is the biggest game of the week. The Fox music reminds me of some crappy Panthers Saints game that's about to be played.
And man, it's awesome. Every time I hear it, I think about being in my living room, getting ready to watch Panther football, and listen to the Bradshaw just crack a joke.
Panther, who's their quarterback? Jake DeLoach? Man, me and Jake hung out in Louisiana last week, and I told Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, I've had 4 beers. You give me one more, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I'll tell you I love you.
Oh, my word.
See, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious, right?
Oh, Jimmy, stop it.
Jerry says, classic NFL Today, you are looking live. Brent Musburger. See, when I hear Musburger, I think of ABC college football.
When I think of Musburger, I think of him saying, if you're...
Whoa! Go out in the yard and throw the ball around with pops.
And go to Alabama.
Whoa!
My God, look at her.
that.
He was loving it.
Wow.
He got very excited.
A.J. McCarron. My goodness, fella.
Jared, have I asked you this? And again, your opinion as you work a football season with us may change. But I'm going to lay you 2 options out. You get a football Saturday or a football Sunday. You can't have both. Which one are you taking?
Sunday.
Yeah, me too. Just something about the dang wall-to-wall, red zone, fantasy, everything.
It's what, 13 hours almost?
It's so good.
And again, it's the best.
It's the same as 12 to after midnight with college football, but you're not guaranteed good games in college football. Like, even the worst NFL slate will give you some awesome games, awesome finishes.
But even when, like, teams go to London, Germany, football's literally all day long.
And those games stink. But
I hate them.
It's something about just waking up, not even realizing there was a overseas game.
And the Panthers have to go to Germany this year.
How do we forget every time?
I don't know.
Like, we even pick the games on Fridays, we preview them, and then every Sunday I wake up and I'm like, oh, I forgot this was going on.
I think it's because we're right in the heart of a college football program here.
Yep, very true. Very true.
Good point.
Jared, you're wise beyond your years. Let's do a thumb through.
Oh, come on. Make the play. Make the play. Dad, attaboy. My gosh, he was slow.
Chandler, by the way, we've previewed UTSA twice.
Oh, my God.
We have not previewed Sparky.
Are you sure?
When I think of Michigan State, I just thought of Plaxico Burress.
I think of, you like that?
Kirk Cousins.
I think of Mel Tucker. I think of D'Antonio, whatever his name is. Hey, put that phone down, dude. I know you're going there. Stop it.
I'm gonna make a phone call.
Mark. Their coach that coached there.
D'Antoni. Oh.
D'Antonio?
Basketball?
No, that was D'Antoni. Mark D'Antonio was the Michigan State coach.
Gotcha.
Who was there for a long time and won a lot of games.
Here's one, Connor Cook.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He cooked.
Try Brian Hoyer.
So there was a famous picture of 3 NFL quarterbacks. It was Cousins, Hoyer, and who was the other?
Oh, Cousins, Hoyer, and oh my goodness.
Was it Connor Cook?
I think it was before him. Let me see if I can find the picture.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
And it's a pass, and it's caught by Nick Foles.
What did he have to do with Michigan State? Didn't
he went there.
He went to
before
Arizona.
transfer.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that was a packed QB room.
Yeah.
Although Brian Hoyer's always been a 48-year-old man. Like he went bald kind of early, I think. Sparty is picked dead last in the Big Ten. Who's their coach? Oh, yeah, Jonathan Smith from Oregon State. which Nadeau said he's interested to see what he can do there, but I don't know. They might take their lumps early. We'll see. Is football like basketball where you can turn it around in 1 year in the portal era, or is it still like you need more than that in football? It's obviously way harder to do.
Yeah, I think you need more than a year.
Did Tulane were we in NIL when Tulane made their turnaround? They literally won 2 games and then went to the Cotton Bowl the next year.
Yeah, it's been done. All right, this would be a big double play, and they don't get it. Greenville now down 2-1 in the 4th inning after a couple of doubles here by Florida. Sparky, like I said, picked last. Wait a minute, no, next to last. Purdue picked last.
Wow, boiler down.
Make it boil.
Jamie thinks of the Michigan versus Michigan State brawl where they were stomping Michigan players in the tunnel.
That was last year, wasn't it? Or year prior?
What about the call by, I believe, Fowler? But the
man,
punt?
Yeah.
And he touched wait, he said, and the guy broke his hip. The guy broke his hip.
Who broke his hip?
The guy that scored for Michigan State against Michigan.
Dang.
And he's gonna score.
And he blocked the punt. And he scored. Touchdown, Michigan State.
It sounds like he's crying.
At the end of the game.
Are you sure it was Fowler?
Was it?
Was it McDonough?
It might have been Sean McDonough.
His voice cracked every game.
I think it was Sean McDonough.
Yeah.
There we go.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
It sounded like Corey Glore there.
And he scores on the last play of the game.
Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
Yeah! On the last play of the game.
I like Sean McDonough. That was a good call.
That was a really good call.
Really good call.
Really good call. Really good kids. Really good bunch. Physical, compete. Yeah, physical, compete.
Oh, by the way, Chon's getting in football mode. Some new voices starting to come back. What do you got to say, Coach, to a Raiders fan like Jared?
Man, you talk about the Oakland Raiders, man. You think about that. You got Jared over here. I don't know if his name's Jared or Garrett or Edwin. I don't know, man. But when you think about the Raiders, man, you think about Gannon, man. You think about all kinds of different quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, man. You think about that guy. And then now you got Gardner Minshew, man. You got long-haired Gardner Minshew and the mustache. And you got old boring Aiden O'Connell, man. But hey, man.
Why don't you answer any of my emails?
Oh, dude. I told you not to mention emails, man. I told you not to.
Do you still have an active email address?
I do not, man. I do not, man. And don't even try to email me, man.
Are you sure you're not now?
Did it not send back, man? I don't have an email.
Not johngruden@gmail.com?
No, I'm not.
That's
so don't
not...
try to email me, man. And you just gave it out. Not that I have it. I don't have an email, man. So don't email me.
Oh, man.
Spider 2 White Banana, man.
Do you think you'd be further along if Chucky was not fired?
No.
I want better execution.
I think the Josh McDaniels hire is what set us back.
Man.
Because I was for firing John Gruden, not for those circumstances, obviously,
right?
But I didn't think he was taking the team in the right direction.
I mean, pretty radical. They bring in Gruden and Mike Mayock.
Yeah.
Which would be...
Mike Mayock should be in prison for his draft classes. That's not even debatable.
Is he still doing...
behind bars like this?
What are you in here for?
Draft class of 2017. I killed a man. I stabbed a man. I robbed a bank.
I drafted Clelin Ferrell 4th overall.
I drafted Clelin Ferrell from Clemson with 3rd overall pick.
I hope my Raiders fan buddy Pat Ryder's listening because he's at CW's draft party, and I can't remember which one it was. It might have been that one. I feel like it was an offensive lineman. It was like Outlaw or something, or no, it was the offensive lineman.
Oh, Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah. He was like, here's the guy that we'll probably take that I don't want. If we don't take this guy, I'll be okay. And they took him, and he was just...
Was this past year?
No, this was years ago.
2021.
Yeah.
He did not last long.
I remember the Farrell pick and being like, what?
Yeah. Cleland, what's his name?
Cleland Farrell from Clemson.
Cleland.
Yeah.
Cleland. Yeah, Josh McDaniels. I hope Josh McDaniels gets a job like every 8 to 10 years, and people like forget how terrible he's been at every stop as a head coach, and like it just keeps happening. We can't keep letting him get away with this.
We can't keep getting away with that.
So 2 questions: where is McDaniels? Is he like
he's at home?
Is he Belichick's butler at this point? His lawn boy, his pool boy?
Yeah.
And is Mayock still doing analysis for the draft?
I saw him on some podcasts this spring. I don't think he's doing anything on his own, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Not with a network.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I know.
He went downhill fast, didn't he?
Well,
because he was on NFL Network.
Which, again, we sit here and talk about. I don't pretend I'm an analyst or anything. But when you are like a draft analyst and you get a job and you are the worst drafter in the NFL,
like he gets
it's kind of
fired,
tough to get hired back.
He gets fired and calls up NFL Network and they're like, "Hey man, can I come back?" Like Raiders just fired me. They're like, "Bro, you're good, dude. You are okay. If you want to start your own podcast, we support that, but you are not coming back here, dude."
Jamie says Josh McDaniels almost became the Colts coach and then spurned them. Lucky you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Of course, that guy, then they got Frank Reich.
Didn't they hire him?
Yeah, it was like...
It was weird because they said he was hired, and then he was like, no, I'm going to return to New England.
The plane landed for the introductory press conference. He's like, actually, no, I'm not going to sign it.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. We got drama. Bases loaded. Florida up, top of the 4th, and they lead it 2-1. Colin Linkus trying to get Greenville out of a jam. We'll tell you what happened after this.
Pest Tech wants to thank Pirate Nation for voting them the #1 pest control company in Eastern North Carolina. Pest Tech is a full-service pest control company offering a complete range of indoor and outdoor pest management and extermination services. Your experience is the Pest Tech guarantee, with a promise to deliver you results while keeping you, your family, and the environment safe. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests. 353-4760. Pest Tech, the official pest control company of Pirate Radio.
This is Aaron Williams with New Blue Service Group. People have been asking, what's new at New Blue? And I'm always glad to tell them that we now specialize in crawl space moisture control and encapsulations, along with septic system repairs and installations. As always, we offer plumbing, electrical, and HVAC, all while redefining service excellence. So go ahead, contact us at callnewblue.com. That's callnublue.com. Go Pirates.
There's a special deal at U.S. Cellular where you can get 4 lines for just $90. It's perfect for you, barbershop quartet.
That's us.
There's no trade-in needed, and it comes with 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones.
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
In this new world of having everything delivered to your home or office, why wouldn't you start using Cellular Warehouse for all of your cellular deliveries? Toby Williams and his team are in the business of delivering phones and tablets every day to customers, which enables you to take the hassle out of visiting a store. The best thing about this great service is that it's free. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051. That's 252-799-7051, and let his team make your wireless experience fast and easy. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, this is State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer right here in Greenville. We can switch your auto and home insurance so you can start saving today. My team and I are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Timothy Sawyer State Farm, it's easy to switch and save. Just give us a call, 493-0002. Like a good neighbor, whenever, State Farm is there.
Greenville's hometown pizzeria is Cucinella's. Cucinella's has 2 locations with great options for lunch, dinner, takeout, and they now offer catering. Dine in for lunch with a slice, salad, and a drink with a friend, or stop by after work and grab a beer or glass of wine while you wait for your to-go order. The best pizza, grinders, salads, and homemade Italian ice is at Cucinella's. Cucinella's Midtown across from Best Buy, downtown across from Sup Dogs, and on Facebook and Instagram. Cucinella's, serving handcrafted pizza since 1932. Come taste the difference.
There have been many changes in the automotive world. At Phelps Chevrolet, the Phelps boys are here to take care of you. Mike, Daryl, and 4 of Mr. Phelps' grandsons, Wade, West, Allen, and Clay. You see, things at Phelps remain the same. The Phelps team has served Eastern North Carolina for over 50 years. We make your visit easy and fun. We are your neighbors, and that's what neighbors do. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Like Mr. Phelps' great-granddaughter says, come in and get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet at PhelpsChevrolet.com.
Hey, this is Jerry with Should Have Been Cowboys. We're going to be playing at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party August 29th at the State Theater. Make sure you come on down. Let's kick this football season off right with Should Have Been Cowboys.
I bet you never heard old Marshall Dillon say, Miss Kitty, have you ever thought of running away?
The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party is back at the State Theater in downtown Greenville, Thursday, August 29th, presented by Carolina Eagle Distributing. Get tickets now at pr927fm.com for only $10. Arrgh.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of
Are you dare to walk the plank, matey?
Stop it, you're killing me.
Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. We'll take you to the edge. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. And the Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music for live music in the land of pirates in Eastern North Carolina. They're open 7 days a week with live music every single night. And coming up tonight, it'll be the premier band, Should Have Been Cowboys, that will be performing at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party coming up on August 29th. They'll be performing tonight, and they'll take the stage at around 10 o'clock at the Buck. And then on Saturday, it'll be the Jake Sutton Band performing. And as always, women, you get in free all weekend long. And you can check them out on Facebook and Instagram for the latest. And we'll see you at the Buck. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Monday night at the Buck, 8 o'clock. It's going to be sports trivia for the first time. And hopefully we'll have a good crowd. I know we'll have a lot of fun. Sean will be there.
I'll be there.
Jarrett, maybe? Yeah, thumbs up. Jarrett.
I love a good thumbs up from Jarrett.
Maybe not. Was it the last time we had it or the time before? Jarrett's
Last time.
Team was champions. But
I think they won like 3 straight, and then I just tagged along.
You are ring chasing.
Yeah.
The little KD action. Next time, there could be a new champion. No? Okay. Maybe not. Or I'm sure you hope that happens, right?
I hope so.
For some reason, we just started watching that dumb meme during the break. I'm not saying anything, but just...
You're saying something right now.
Just keep an eye on the NL East. It's had 6 games.
Are the Braves on?
Keep an eye on it, is all I'm saying. Like from a distance.
Oh, is the Washington Nationals?
No.
Pick it up, Steve.
Pull up the standings on your computer and kind of go in the other room, but where you can kind of still see the standings.
And just put one eye on it.
Yeah, just look at it from afar. Because Phillies are up 6 games. They're on the West Coast taking on Seattle. The Braves are at home against the Marlins, which they absolutely own. Jarrett, in their history, how many games over 500 are the Braves against the Marlins? Take a stab.
15.
My goodness, you're a terrible stabber, which is good. If Jarrett comes after me with a knife, I know he won't be able to kill me.
Can I try to guess?
Yeah.
Let's go 42.
Okay. How about if the Marlins win 108 games in a row, they'll still be under 500. The Braves are 119 games over 500 against the Marlins.
My God.
Or 109, I'm sorry.
And that's in the history?
Yeah. They dominate the Marlins. Beat them last night. Play them again at home tonight.
Doesn't everybody?
Hey. Also on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by
Dubuck.
Game going on right now. Psych. It has gone final. Cubs win. They beat the Cardinals.
Cubs, go.
Burley on the day, 0 for 4, but did score a run. Go ahead.
Did Armstrong pitch today? Because I hope so.
1 2/3, no runs on one hit. Good outing for Sean Armstrong.
Pirates!
And got to play in Wrigley Field. He has now played in 28 ballparks. Only 2 more on the list. Busch Stadium and Dodger Stadium. Dodger Stadium. So he will cross off Busch Stadium soon at some point because that's his new home ballpark. All right. We need to take another break, right, Shirley? Yes. Last break. Last break of the week. We got that and more, but not much more when we return after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. It's a great time to buy a used vehicle.
It's not a great time, it's a perfect time to buy a used car from Brown & Wood. We have over 115 used vehicles in stock, and we're number one in the market on price. We have limited lifetime powertrain on all of our used cars under 80,000 miles, so go to brownandwoodauto.com to find out more. 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hey Pirate Nation, be sure to have the best and comfortable shoes with a stop at Fleet Feet. This is ECU alum Chris Lunyon, owner of Fleet Feet of Greenville, and we provide solutions through one-on-one service to runners, walkers, and everyone in between. Fleet Feet has the tools and technology to get you in the right shoe, including a 3D foot scanner that measures arch height, width, and more. Come visit us at 207 East Arlington Boulevard in the old Gordon's Golf location. Fleet Feet, we run for you.
You want a sub made the authentic Jersey way? You go to Jersey Mike's. You want a radio idea? You go to me. Like this. I'm a talking dog that only talks about Jersey Mike's. My owner says, "Hey, buddy." And I'm like, "Get me an authentic Jersey sub." He says, "That's all you ever think about." And I say, "No. I also think about teaching myself to drive the Jersey Mike's, but until I figure that out, you're all I have." Woof, woof. Made the authentic Jersey way since 1956. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home. PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
UBE and PireWare.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWare.com. Go Pirates!
Daydreaming of being on the water? The Pirate Waters Outfitter in Washington is your place to get ready. This is Captain Bo Brooks with Pirate Waters Outfitter, and we are stocked up with the best selection of everything for the summer. Come in today for a new pair of Bahio sunglasses or a new color turtle box. You going fishing? We are stocked up with reels from Florida Fishing Product, new fly selections, and a full line of Smithy cast iron cookware. Pirate Waters Outfitter on Market Street in downtown Washington, and also on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, Pirate fans, start your game days with us right here on Pirate Radio as the Bud Light pregame tailgate returns for another season. Shirley Rhodes and the Pirate Radio team will join me as we'll hear from the ECU coaches and players, Brian Bailey, Brian North, Patrick Mason, Holden Ahlers, Caden Norman, Greg Hudson, Jeff Nadeau, David Glenn, and so many more as we take you up to kickoff with 4 hours of pregame coverage for every ECU football game. Your game day isn't complete without the Bud Light pregame tailgate, debuting Saturday, August 31st at 2 o'clock, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This is John David Baker, offense coordinator for the ECU Pirates, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a very rough day for the stock market today. The Dow was down 610 points and closed at 39,737. The NASDAQ fell 417 points at 16,776. And the S&P was down 100 points and closed out the week at 5,346. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
Jarrett, a match that was not mentioned previously. I just saw something about it on Twitter. Any excitement? What's your excitement level for CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as the referee?
I mean, if CM Punk can make it through a match without killing himself, it should be good.
He's just an old man at this point.
Yeah. I mean, you can't take 10 years off and then come back late 40s.
Yeah. All right. So I guess you're not very excited.
I mean, it's something to watch.
John, have a great weekend.
All right, man. You do the same.
We'll see you out at ECU practice on Saturday.
Yes, sir. We'll have the covers for you. We'll have pictures, videos, and I think me and you will do a little recap video.
A little bit, there. For sure.
In terms of.
Shirley, thank you, ma'am, and we'll talk to you on Monday.
See you then.
All right. For the crew, I am Clip Brock. Thank you, listeners, chat gangers, and everybody who's a part of the Pirate Radio family. Back with you Monday at 3. Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.